Rock, where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock?
10 rock and roll, bro.
Rock, where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock?
10 rock and roll, bro.
Live and live and welcome to the rock files are the rock files. Yeah, live and locked. This is how we rock. Live and locked. Welcome to the rock. Live and locked. Live is how we rock. Oh, this is how we rock. The rock. Welcome to the rock files. Live and locked. Chilling. Welcome to the rock. Live and locked.
Rock Sports Sunday, Rock Sports Sunday. You are live and locked with Rock Sports Sunday. Break down and talk now with Rock Sports Sunday. Rock Sports Sunday. Rock Sports Sunday. Alive and locked with Rock Sports Sunday.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are live and locked in and tuned in to the Rock Files. Rock Sports Sunday is here. What a Sunday, what a week, what a whole lot going on. Salute to those that's currently in the YouTube chat. Blunt, what up? Blunt already is talking blasphemy about Caruso being the mitten. Hey, you know, they had a good game. He had a good game against Indiana. Very interesting game for the team and that whole playoff series, but we'll talk about that. We're going to get to that in a minute. Of course, before we go any further, also as Blunt says, hit the like, share the stream, and subscribe to the Rock Files channel for more battle rap content, sports data, music sessions, and much more, such as Rock Sports Sunday, 100% correct. Salute to those that's on Facebook, Fakebook, all that good stuff. Now, of course, if you're on Facebook, now look, we got a lot of questions about this. Going to be very clear. If you want to come on this panel, the panel is only through YouTube, okay? The panel is only through YouTube, all right? So you're more than welcome. You know, if you have you can find the Rock Files on YouTube. You're more than welcome to, come in the chat. Or if you would like, what we can also do, we can also put we'll put the link or the code into the Facebook chat, and then you just click on that, and you should be able to get to Restream and just come on the panel and discuss what you got about the sports, any topic we got here, including battle rap if you're on Facebook, because we will be doing, we're going to be doing battle rap today. Oh, boy. One thing about battle rap, whether it's been good or bad, everything will come out. Oh, everything will come out. Rock, what do you mean? Stay tuned, find out. All right. And of course, before we go any further at all praise to the Almighty Yahuwah, for without the Almighty Yahuwah, without the Almighty Yah, there's absolutely nothing. All praise, honor, and glory only to the Almighty Yahuwah. To be honest with you, there is no rock, there's only the Almighty. Simple as that. All right, let's get into it. Blunt is saying with such blasphemy, put some respect on the mitten, Rock. No. All right. So let's go to it. Let's get to it right now. Obviously, the number one thing going on here, as they say, NBA Finals, right? And basically, it's kind of gone. The outcomes have been somewhat predictable, but how they got there is weird, right? Let's really break it down. Let's just break it all the way down. First, Indiana surprisingly goes up 2-1, as we discussed last week. Let's get to the share the screen in a minute, as usual. For those that would like to play along and participate, be interactive and all that, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to go to sports.yahoo.com and see where we getting our stats, our statistics, and all this good stuff from. A couple things to note, though. All right. Let's just be sure we're here. We're there. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, unless you've been living under an ESPN Satan spell, the NBA series is currently tied 2-2. Most say, well, that last game, the refs, first and foremost, can we please stop? The refs, it's as if like these referees get treated as if they own the league. If these refs are doing anything against fair basketball, you better look at Adam Silver. That's whose order is going under. So if you want to, the refs have a job. Very few of these refs are doing anything on their own. Just ask Tim Donaghy, who spoke about it. Right? But at any rate, let's get to it. So right here, as you see, currently as we stand, series is tied 2 between Indiana and Oklahoma City. And honestly, it should be tied because this was, as predicted, going to be a best of 6 anyway. Game 5 is tomorrow. Who gonna do what? All right, let's get at it. All right. So as we go here, that's right. Yep. What? Yeah. Okay. So let's go back, if we may be so inclined. Will it let us? All right. So we're going to go back to, of course, we're going to go back to game 3. Actually, game 4. Excuse me. We're going to go back to game 4 first. Cool. All right. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Okay. Yeah. All right. So here is game 4, where Oklahoma City did get a victory there. Their backs were against the wall. There's no way, even if Indiana, it's just interesting how this is going. All right. So what we're going to do, here's some highlights from game 4, right? Okay. So it starts in the third quarter. Of course, it was going to be a very tight game. Both teams have a lot to play for. Indiana wants to try to end this series without having to go to Oklahoma City too much. All right. Oklahoma City wants to try, obviously, to win this game so it can be tied up. And keep in mind, when the game is tied up, you know that Oklahoma City will now have the home advantage. That's how important this game 4 was. All right. So let's be sure we got everything. Be sure our tech is teching. It is. Excellent. All right. Excellent. Let's go down. Steve. So now Blunt will change to a sellout Blunt. You got the wrong name, bro. But anyway, game 5 game 5 is the series. But let's take a look at some tendencies here. All right. So here it is, third quarter, as you can see on your screen. 7 minutes, 57 seconds left. By the way, this video is also courtesy of sports.yahoo.com. All right, cool. Now, let's see. Hold up. All righty. Almost there. Get there. Cool. Beautiful. All right. Excellent. Cool. All right. So as we get here, okay, good screen, good roll. Yeah, that's that great play. That's a basic play. SGA, your MVP. Getting the screen from Chet. What this play, there's this narrative about modern basketball that the best play in basketball is the three-pointer. That's cap. That's complete cap. The best play in basketball is the drive. Why? Or you can call it the attack if you want to. But the best play in basketball is the attack. The team that's attacking is the most aggressive. That'll move the defense. Move the defense, you get better open shots, right? Here, shot contested by Miles Turner. SGA does what he does, right? Good shot, decent defense, but just better offense. Let's keep moving. Okay, here we go. Later on in the third quarter, SGA gets it again. All right. Oh, this is good for SGA right here. Yep. Now, think about this. SGA is an MVP and doesn't pointers. Could it be argued, especially not just this series, but in basketball in general, 3-pointers are important, but they're not the do-all be-all. You could hurt a team with 2-pointers as long as you do the rest of the basketball. Great, awesome shot. So we got back and forth. Lead is 6 going into the third. Okay, good shot. Yep. Now here, you could argue maybe the defender's a little bit late, but keep in mind he couldn't be too much more early here for SGA. Could have got a 3-point play off of this. No, this is all this is pretty good. Let's keep going. No, that's just a good shot. Good fundamental shot. Oh, fundamentals. Imagine that. Salute. Let's keep going. Okay, good. Back down. Now watch. This play is very important here. Very important. Now this is the fourth quarter, right? Move there to the fourth quarter. Now look, while SGA is about to get doubled, what does his team? You know what? And we're in the Pistons group, right? Salute to the Detroit Pistons. We're in the Pistons group, and there's all this talk about turnovers, and there's all this kind of conversation about turnovers are the responsibility of the main ball handler. They're the main responsibility of the main ball handler. But if your teammates don't help you, there's also their responsibility too. Look at this play. Look very closely at this play right here. All right. SGA basically is backing down into traffic, right? Boom. Backs down into traffic. Jalen gets it. Now, what does SGA do? See this? There's a commit into a double, right? Now, if SGA doesn't do something very fundamental here, this play could basically be dead potentially. But what does SGA do? See that? SGA actually this counts as getting open. He got open. Now this double becomes a deficit. They're both looking at him. Open shot for SGA. SGA, what you gonna do with an open shot? 3-pointer, wet. And notice where it happens. It happens late in the fourth quarter. 99-103. He hits this 3, 1-point game. Now, yes, of course, there's a whole lot more to talk about. But what we're looking at is tendencies and being clutch, okay? So now, Oklahoma City's down by 1. Let's go back here. Good. Oh, ankle breaker. Now look, say what you want about SGA. But SGA is crafty with this basketball here on this play. Look at this. Now this is just one-on-one. Me versus you. I'm better than you. I'm about to score, right? Here you go. Look. Who that? And it's not a push-off either. It's not a push-off. Look again. Not a push-off. Not a push-off. Okay, let's go back. Nope, not a push-off. There's no arm extended. Even if it's a slight flip and touch, no arm is extended. Not a push-off. Dude goes sent flying. SGA, this counts as an open shot. SGA, what you going to do with it? The lead. The point is showing you this for the audience is that, look, maybe the refs did whatever they did, but SGA did win this game. SGA did win this game. Blunt mentions that mid-range is elite. Also, those decisions are elite. And this MVP is doing what an MVP player is supposed to be doing. You see these clutch shots where the game matters. Obviously, I mean, look, let's take this down for a minute. He hits this shot. It gives him the lead with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left. Nothing to be discussed here. You know, blunt with the fires, blunt with the 100 emojis, 100%. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Because we're setting up for something here. All right. Only a couple more seconds in this highlight. Okay. So now it's 104, 103. 104, 103. Still not a push off. Say whatever you want. Look again. Look again. It's now see here. Honestly, your defender possibly tried to flop also, by the way. Here, look, your ref's looking at it. Now, this lady here in the blind can look like that meme, scream all she wants. It's not a push-off. Nope, not a push-off. Sorry. Oh, this is really going to show good. We're gonna try to do a still scream on each one. Okay, Ron? No. So right here, he has the right to go. Now, we don't see Nesmith's arm here, right? Nesmith might be committing a foul here. We ain't talking about the left arm, the left arm right here. That's fine. That's just defensive position. We don't know what's going on over here. All right, let's keep it moving. Now, right here, that's just a brace. That is in the course of a basketball move. That's a brace here. The only way this would be a charge or a push is if, see with his elbow, how far does that hand stick out? It has to be more than normal move. He actually lets his arm go. This is Nesmith's momentum. All this is Nesmith's momentum. Ankle break. Here we go. Oh, but hey, oh, is that a travel? Or is he's allowed that? Nah. I'm sorry. That's legit. And there you go. Here's the point of showing you all that. When you have a close series like this, your MVPs got to rise up and your defense is responsible. And ready for this? Here's going to be the most nastiest thing to say to individuals that want to crucify refs. That's your team's fault. Your team, whatever team you go for, whether it be the Pacers or the Thunder, it is your team's responsibility to play so well that refs or nothing else can take a victory from you. And that's going to be tough for either team. Very evenly matched series, very close series. That's a part of the game. Sorry for you. But no, it's not, because the refs should do their job. Oh, well, your team should do theirs. Don't say this till kingdom come. This is not thumb wrestling. This is basketball. And even though the NBA is not the best basketball out right now, it's still professional. It's up to your team to take the victory. Especially considering, don't forget, Indiana's at home. Where's Carlisle's adjustments? Where's Carlisle's adjustments to be sure that SGA don't get off like that? How about this? If you notice on all these highlights we showed you, how many Indiana Pacer defenders are communicating? Oops. Look, in life, you only can sweat what you can control, dog. Indiana didn't do enough. If a game is close, you run that risk. You run the risk of others taking it from you. Oklahoma City wins that game. Now, going into game 5, going to tell you something. Here's what's going to be nasty. Let's go to a preview of game 5 very quickly. Go to a preview of game 5, if we may. Yeah, we can, right here. That's fine. That's perfect. Excellent. Appreciate that. Salute. All right. In this preview of game 5 here. All right. Again, game 5 will be happening tomorrow at the usual 8:30 p.m. as you see right here. Okay. They won't do that. Yeah, as you see right here. Let's go here. Yeah. 8:30 p.m. Indiana at. Yeah, and now watch. What might hurt Oklahoma City is that because of this image of referees giving Oklahoma City favoritism, these refs might take that game to game, and they might actually call that game more in Indiana's favor. So now Oklahoma City will have to do more to win that game. Look, this is entertainment. But wait a minute, you just said that it's still the team's responsibility. Let's repeat the statement. It's going to be up to Oklahoma City. First of all, Oklahoma City can't afford to lose game 5. Neither can Indiana. This game might go to overtime. Oh, ain't no question about it. One thing this whole series has shown you is that it's a chess match. And both teams have advantages on the other, but they also have nasty disadvantages on the other. First of all, keeping $1 with you, Indiana's not a very good shooting team. No, Indiana's not a very good shooting team. Yeah, Halliburton hits the clutch shots here and there. They're not a very good shooting team, man. Oklahoma City is a decent shooting team, but Oklahoma City has moments to where they're not aggressive enough. So Indiana has an aggression advantage. Oklahoma City has a shooting advantage. Who knows which one's going to show up? Here's another thing to think about. Both of these teams, even though they're in Game 5 now, they haven't been in the finals before. That's a factor. They're not heavily experienced like that. Playoff experience a little bit, kind of, sort of. Finals experience, no. That there's going to be turnovers and mistakes. Yes, here comes the cliche that a lot of people don't like, and we don't care. The team that does the least amount of turnovers will win this game. This spread here, by the way, 9.5 for Oklahoma City is too much. Too much. This should be made around 7.5. The winner of this game probably, well, more than likely, will not win by double digits. No. They'll probably win by about 7-8 points. And listen, for Oklahoma City and Indiana, do not start this game weak, because this game will be heavily about momentum. Heavily. And watch this. If Oklahoma City wins this game, which they do have a good chance to win it, they're going to have to do more. Indiana's going to have a whole lot of pressure at home. Now you're really going to find out about Indiana as far as a finals team. Now, what does this channel think is going to happen? Jason M in the chat. What up, Jason M? Salute. Jason M in the building. Salute. What does this channel think is going to happen? Whoever leads this is going to be weird. Whoever leads at the half, unless it's by more than double digits, will not win this game. This game will be won off adjustments. This game will be won off of clutch shots. This game will be won off of taking care of the ball. Okay, here we go. Great in the building. Your front runner for 2025 virtual battle rap champ. I got a 4-point game win by Oklahoma. That's very possible. My goodness. That's very possible. And watch, even if Oklahoma City is losing at the half, adjustments will win this game. Adjustments. No other sports channel talks about that. They talk all this about numbers and data and points per game, rebounds, assists, and they do talk turnovers, salute. But they don't talk about when that whistle blows, and let's say a team's going on a run. Here's an example. Indiana was going to probably win the first quarter. Adrenaline and desperation, right? That whistle's going to blow. Tweet, timeout. All right? Now, Coach Mark of Oklahoma City has a chance to do an adjustment. That's where you're going to see where this game's going to get won. So let's say that adjustment works for Oklahoma City. All of a sudden, Oklahoma City turns it back. And lo and behold, they go up by 7-8 points. Tweet. Now, Rick Carlisle, one of the game's best adjusters, one of the game's best managers of X's and O's, he gets a shot. Now, let's keep in mind now, Rick Carlisle probably somewhere in a deep, dark basement saying, what did we not do when Oklahoma City was going on that streak in the fourth quarter? Rick Carlisle may not get caught like that twice. That's why this game is going to go to overtime more than likely. And Oklahoma City is going to win, and a nail biter probably, we'll go with 6 points for Oklahoma City in overtime. 6 points. We got Day Jr. in Facebook. What up? Salute. Be sure to subscribe. For those in Facebook, be sure to subscribe, or not subscribe. Be sure to go to Day Jr.'s page. Really good sports guy. He also is a basketball player himself. Salute to Day Jr., man. Salute. Oh, and Day, we're gonna give you the code to come up and talk basketball. It's gonna be on YouTube though. It's gonna be on YouTube. All right. Now, so yeah, we got Oklahoma City by 6 points in overtime. So that means Oklahoma City will get a 3-2 lead. Now, are we going to say that it's a super strong prediction? No, it's not. Anything can happen. Remember, both of these teams, there's not enough talk about intangible. Both of these teams are not experienced in finals. Well, that doesn't matter because there's been new champions and blah 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 blah. Oh, it doesn't matter if you're experienced in the situation before, right? Why don't you ask the turnover margin about that? Why don't you ask the plus minus margin about that? Mm-hmm. Those things are caused by inexperience. Those things are caused by inexperience, man. That's something to watch for. And honestly, Tyrese Halliburton got all this bravado and hits these clutch shots, but that turnover, and we're not just talking about turnovers by stats, we're talking about turnovers and plays at certain moments of the game. Ain't been that great. The guy can cough the ball up. So can SGA, but Tyrese is more a little bit. Tyrese and the Pacers are more likely to cough the ball up than Oklahoma City. Here's another thing to think about: which team has been a better defensive team? OKC. Mm-hmm. OKC has been a better defensive team. So more than likely they'll win Game 5. Does that mean automatically they'll win Game 6 and close it out? But for Game 5, we got Oklahoma City. Simple as that. And by the way, another thing for Game 5. Don't be surprised if yet another unlikely Chet Holmgren might go off. Chet might go off. Chet is going to have to finally outplay Miles Turner directly, or at least conceptually. Watch out. Yeah, not a fan of Chet Holmgren like that, but hey, he's in the position he's in. And don't be surprised if he is a massive, he might hit you with 20 points and maybe 7 rebounds. Watch out for him. And that might be a huge factor in the game in overtime. One thing Oklahoma City's done, SGA, obviously, dependable. But they have had a different player step up with SGA consistently. That's why they're so tough to guard. Like, who else do you stop? Yeah, of course you're going to focus on Jalen Williams, the all-star, right? That's the Robin. Kaysen can hurt you. Chet can hurt you. Anybody off that bench can hurt you. Lou Dort can hurt you. Just watch for that in this game. But now we got Oklahoma City by 6 points in Game 5. Let's move on to more sports. Simple as that. All right. Now, in addition to this, yes, we're going to go right to it. The Michigan Panthers did play. They're probably not even going to show it. We'll have to go to Instagram. All right. We'll come back to this. Michigan Panthers, they lost to Washington. We've been here before, right? Michigan Panthers lost to Washington in the UFL final. We're not going to be talking too much about it. Salute to the Panthers, man. Salute to the Panthers. You know, they got to the finals. Hey, last season they didn't even get to the finals. You know, so here we go with the UFL. This is live on Instagram. Be sure to subscribe to United Football League live on Instagram. Let's be sure we're good before we go. Oh yeah, nice. Good. All right. So here is the UFL. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Let's see how much more further we can go. We want to go to where they show the score. There we go. All right. So here's the score right here. All right. This is the score. Panthers got mollywopped. In the first half, it was close. Back and forth. Championship game. But, you know, what's funny about this is a typical thing to where you could run out of gas after beating your rival. This could be a situation where the Panthers put all they could to beat the Birmingham Stallions to get to the championship and had nothing left in the second half. That's what it seems like. Whole lot of turnovers too, but a lot of those turnovers are caused by fatigue, and not so much athletic and physical fatigue, but by mental fatigue. So Panthers gonna have to come back and try to finally get it. Certain teams can just jump into it. Other teams gonna have to earn it. Simple as that. Congratulations to the Panthers, and of course, congratulations to the DC Defenders. We rock with Washington DC Defenders, you know, as a secondary supplemental team. Salute to them. Wow, that's DC 2-0 on Detroit. Come on, Detroit. Come on, Detroit. Let's go. All right. And of course, just to shoot this very quickly. Let us now go back to we'll check our Instagram in a minute. Let's now go back. Let's go ahead and checking out some baseball very quickly. Rock, you talking about all this sports and stuff, man? Don't you know what's going on with Battle Rap? Sure do. And gonna keep it like this. Whatever's going on in Battle Rap is between those that it involves. But what do you think about it? Film at 11. Simple and plain. Simple and plain. All right. Let's go to standings. Now, look, the Tigers finally have lost their series. Yes, we're going to start with the Tigers because they're the best team in baseball, and this is Detroit. That's how it goes down. So we're going to start in National League here. And we're going to wait till the Stanley Cup champion is crowned before we actually go too much into that. All right, here we go. Good. So here's baseball. As you see here in the American League, again, if you want to follow along, sports.yahoo.com. All right. As you see here in the American League, Yankees have a 600 winning percentage. They lead the AL East. And honestly, that lead is about the same. Tampa Bay's trying to creep up. Not sure if they have enough. Baltimore's been disappointed. Baltimore got to do something with that team. They have talent, but they shouldn't be at the bottom. All right. We're going to skip over that. Houston, about the same as it's been. They're leading the AL West. They have a 577 winning percentage. They have 41 wins. All right. Seattle was tied with Houston. So, each team is going to have its slumps. It's going to have its losses, but also going to have its streaks. Let's see what happens. And, of course, still number one in the AL and American League, Tigers 631. That's even after losing to Cincinnati. And today's game was just an error fest. I mean, these guys didn't want to get anybody out. We're talking about basic fundamental plays that just were not happening. And honestly, the Tigers look tired, mentally tired out there. You know what? And here's a statistical criticism here. Honestly, Major League Baseball and other statisticians, it's cool if you have the game by game streak. The most important thing in baseball isn't game by game. Sorry. The most important thing in baseball is winning the series. There should be a series stat here, and there isn't. It's game, and runs scored, runs allowed. That all this is cool. Away, home, cool. There should be a series. What's the series record? Because let's be honest, in order to win the World Series, you got to win the series. It's called the World Series, not the World Game. There should be a series measurement. And of course, if they take that idea, just remember you heard it first on the Rock Files. Simple as that. All right. But the Tigers, 46 wins, most wins in baseball, 630 winning percentage. They are completely destroying the AL Central. No one else is even remotely close. Minnesota's going to come in and get mollywop later on. I got to say, hopefully. All right. And that is tops, not just in the AL Central, but tops in all of American League. Let's see what the National League talking about. Woo, okay. So the Mets are close. The Mets and the Phillies are close. The Phillies have to recover after getting swept by the Pittsburgh Pirates. So, they recovered pretty decently. Mets are falling off, but they should be all right. So Mets have a 625 win. They have 40. So Mets have finally reached 45 wins. Salute to that. Phillies are 42. It's going to be this two-team race probably for a while. Mets and Philadelphia. There are those that say Philadelphia should win because they have a better team on paper. That's cap because Mets have better pitching and defense on paper. And both got the same. Mets will probably win this division, but let's just keep watching that. And the NL Central, after we beat the Cubs, the Cubs went on the streak. Salute to that. The Cubs have 44 wins, so they're not too far away from 45. And keep in mind, we swept them. Now, granted, we got to see them at Chicago. Very awesome series. Salute to that. Cubs are so far in second in the National League. Okay, and the Dodgers. Look at this race here. Who would have thought the Dodgers and the Giants would be battling for this division? All the hype went to the Dodgers. Now the Dodgers have injuries. Okay, the Dodgers have injuries and they have issues on that team. But the Dodgers should have more of a lead here, but they don't. So Dodgers have 597 winning percentage with 43 wins. Cubs have a 611 winning percentage with 44 wins. Mets have a 625 winning percentage with 45 wins. So that means still after losing this is how dominant the Tigers have been. After losing the series, your number one team in baseball still is, and we all say as loud as we possibly can, your Detroit Tigers, 630 winning percentage, 46 wins. Simple as that. Now, of course, as most teams, Tigers got injuries. We got stuff to do with the trade deadline to see what's going to happen. Oh, yeah, no doubt. So you just did all that baseball thing to brag about the Tigers? Not brag, report. But it's a good thing. All right. So that's sports in a nutshell. Sports in a nutshell. Oh yeah. Let's go back to NBA with this trade. Hold on. This trade is not as crazy as it seems. Very quickly, we're going to go to Bain, Desmond Bain. He gets traded to the Orlando Magic. Something the East didn't really want to see that much, but it may not hurt him that much either. Here we go, right here. Actually, let's go to one before that. And again, it's all off of sports.yahoo.com. Alrighty. Yeah. All right, here we go. Boom. Could it be? I mean, could the prize for Memphis? Okay, let's read the headline first. Let's pause this right here. Thank you. All right. So this is according to NBC Sports on sports.yahoo.com. Orlando acquires Desmond Bain from Memphis for Caldwell Pope, Cole Anthony, and 4 first-round picks, all lower seeded first-round picks, by the way. All right, because it's not as if Orlando had any high picks. So, but look, that does give Memphis trade capital. That gives Memphis trade capital. First of all, could this move be more about not just Orlando getting Bain, but Memphis being smart enough to get more trade capital? First of all, it's arguable that Caldwell Pope might be part of another deal that involves Memphis so that Memphis can get a player. Or is Memphis blowing it up? Ja Morant's over there, Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr. is over there. Where are they going to end up? And there's some rumors about Ja Morant going places. Yes, Ja Morant. And Jaren Jackson Jr. is supposed to be going a lot. Now, one thing about Jaren Jackson Jr., he's coming off of he's not coming off not his best shooting performance at all. You know, so his stock may go down a little bit, but he's still a great defender, and he's still a crazy talent to have. Just watch that. But anyway, Orlando acquires Desmond Bain from Memphis for Caldwell Pope, Cole Anthony, and 4 first-round picks. Let's go here. And here's more details. This is all that matters really right here. Memphis is trading guard Desmond Bain to Orlando for Contavious, Caldwell Pope, Cole Anthony, 4 unprotected first-round picks. That means they're lower. And 1 first-round pick swap. Bain is a perfect fit for what Orlando needs, but that is a very steep price to pay. Okay? Orlando is, and salute to the brother we had a conversation with on Facebook, but yep, Orlando needs shooting more than anything. Bain brings that, knocking down 39.2% of his three-pointers last season, 41% shooter from the arc. More than just a gunner, Bain was a secondary shot creator. Here's the thing here, though. Bain was a secondary shot creator, averaged 19.2 points, playing along Ja Morant and Triple J. The question that Orlando better ask is playing along Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner the same as playing along Ja Morant and Triple J? I don't know. Because Paolo Banchero nor Franz Wagner brings the defense that Triple J do. Okay, fine. What does that do with the offense, right? All right. Well, neither one of these guys are the ball handler. Who on Orlando is going to be that type of ball handler to draw that much attention to open up shots for Bain? Something to watch for. The point in even going through this is that if your team is in the market for a Miles Turner, if your team is in the market for a Giannis, if your team is in the market for even a Triple J, a Zion Williamson, for whatever reason that is, if Desmond Bain basically caused a salary swap and 4 firsts, y'all gonna have to empty out your rosters for the rest of these guys. You have to empty out your rosters for the rest of these guys. So for the Pistons, for example, you probably gonna end up just doing something toward the end of your bench, man. So for example, this type of, even though it's not the worst, because it's basically again a salary swap. Cole Anthony is a pretty good get for Memphis. Ball handler can get you some buckets, you know. But then again, keep in mind, maybe none of these players stay there. Just we got more to watch here. Anyway, but the thing to think about here is if you're a team like the Pistons, even if you're a team like Indiana, Pistons, team that got good cores. OKC obviously is nothing to talk about with that. Let's get somebody else. Maybe even a Minnesota. This is almost screaming, salute to P Black. This is almost screaming that if you're gonna go for those players, you're basically going to empty out your roster and be a team like the Phoenix Suns. You know how the Phoenix Suns are basically quote unquote pause or whatever, but top heavy. They're kind of top heavy. That team only had Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Brad Beal, and they had a whole bunch of other that weren't that good at being other. So if you're a team like, let's go with somebody outside of the norm. Okay, Indiana. Let's say Indiana loses this finals and they want to do something to whatever, right? You still got a Miles Turner. In order for you to get a superstar, you're going to have to give up. Well, you already got Pascal Siakam, so this probably won't even apply to you. But let's just talk crazy for a minute. We're talking crazy. You would have to give up first-round picks and a very significant player. You might have to give up a Pascal Siakam to get a superstar. Why would you do that? You're basically taking a step backwards. Let's go to something a little bit more tangible that's been a part of the news or the sports news. If you're the Pistons, right? For you to get any of these guys, a Giannis, even a Miles Turner, as much as it'd be nice to get him, Giannis, Miles Turner, or Zion. Now, Zion is out, right? Because New Orleans is going to go ahead and keep him. Good. They can feed him buffets and get him a whole bunch of hoes. Great. Way to go. Anyway. But if you are the Pistons, to get Giannis, say goodbye to Jalen Duren, Jade Ivey, and Austin Thompson, just to start the conversation. So that's done. If you want to get Miles Turner, you probably got to say goodbye to 2 of those and first-round picks. The price has been set. That's the significance of discussing this. For those that say this has nothing to do with your team, it does. When the first team trades, that sets the market for what you're going to have to do. Now, is there nothing you can do? No, you can do something. Maybe it involve like players at the end of your bench that are not, really, maybe that's holding your team back. Something like that. That's probably what it will involve. So Pistons probably, and not just the Pistons, but other teams like the Pistons, again, Indiana, OKC, teams that have very good cores, or Orlando's already out. I'm trying to get some other teams that got these good cores. That they got a whole lot of upswing and upside. Nah. Maybe we'll just say Sacramento? Not really. Dang, there's not a lot of teams that got these good cores that, well, how about this? We'll just keep it simple. If you're a team that has a good core, you either want to stay pat or you're going to do something at the end, toward the end of your bench. That's it. You're not going to hit these home runs with these superstars. These superstars are going to go to other teams that are further along. But straight up. Giannis is probably going to be an LA Laker. Why? Because the NBA wants the LA Lakers to have something. Don't be surprised about that. Well, LA don't have nothing to give up. The NBA may find them something to give up. Simple as that. Who else you got? Zion. Okay, Zion's with the Pelicans. Okay, we'll move on. A guy like Triple J probably go to the Knicks. Even with, look, Mitchell Robinson was a problem, right? Get rid of Mitchell Robinson, get Triple J, and get rid of who you got to get rid of. Probably get rid of, you have to get rid of Mikal Bridges, unfortunately. If you believe Triple J playing with Karl-Anthony Towns will be that, maybe you do it. You know, there's Cleveland. Would Cleveland think about getting rid of Jared Allen and try to get in the Giannis sweepstakes? And I don't front. If Cleveland got Giannis, it's over. That's a championship team. That'd be horrible, honestly. Because maybe because Cleveland might be tired of like not winning. Spend all this money. You got Donovan Mitchell there. You got Evan Mobley there. Some things to think about. But yep, that's the big trade right there. And what it means for the rest of the teams, no matter who you are, this is the price. This is the minimum, possibly the minimum price or the average price for your team to trade somebody. The price has been set. Price has been set. There you go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we go to what we like to call battle rap. This channel does do battle rap, for those that don't know. And of course, you're more than willing to subscribe to the Rock Files, share the channel, all that good stuff. And you know what it is. The questions we're going to ask is going to involve the Rock rankings. Now, we're going to do some final data. Everybody likes data. So, of this list here, only Eli. Y'all, okay, we just man. Listen, we're going to put a call out to whoever's watching this, right? If you are familiar with any other virtual battle rap leagues, and honestly, this has been said before. Again, this is no shot against, the battle rap leagues, the virtual battle rap leagues that are out here, but this is getting ridiculous, man. I mean, like C Double, these guys, some of these guys battled on your platform. C Double, if you're listening, who would you say is a rookie we should look out for on your league? And also, who would you think, like, who is, there it is, C Double on Verbal Online Arena, who is your virtual battle rap champion right now? Who's number one on from your league right now? And who's your rookie? SMOK, before you leave. And by the way, SMOK has a crazy card coming up this weekend, June 21st. It's going to be Smoke Out. It's the last virtual card of Where There's Smoke, There's Fire. SMOK, who would you say for 2025, based off your roster, is your current number one? Yeah, not champion, excuse me. Current number one and current rookie, front runner. Who is it? So we can include them. All right. TMR, so the TMR. TMR, who is your current number one and current rookie that we should look out for, so we can include them, because the Rock Rankings are coming up. Yeah, Rock Rankings is going to be coming up next week. We're going to stop dropping not Rock Rankings next week. The reason why we're going later than Monday, as we Monday the 16th, simple, is because Smokehouse card is this weekend. We have to respect that card. A lot could change. That card is going to have a lot to discuss there. All right. So again, TMR, Gulag, who is your front runner for 2025? Who's your rookie? SMOK, who's your front runner for 2025? Who's your rookie? Understanding that this is going to be the only card you had, but who would you say from your roster is? Basically, state your case. VBL Cartel, salute to Adept and Yo 2 times. Who's your front runner? Who's your front runner, and who is your rookie front runner? Okay. Who else we got? Kid Danger with Jiggy Battle League. Who's your front runner? And for those that know, a front runner is your current number one. Who is that? Who's your front runner for Jiggy Battle League, and who's your rookie over there? Spaces. So Crisis, because by Crisis, and salute to Crisis for putting the Spaces battles on. Crisis. Who in Spaces? And we should ask you this on the panel, so apologize for that. We're just kicking the convo. But who would you say, Crisis, is your current front runner and your current rookie on Spaces right now? Who would you say? And if they look, and Pyro, salute to Pyro. Pyro, by you being very adept, by you being very familiar, by you being very familiar with a lot of these other virtual leagues, who are some other front runners? Who's some other rookies we should take a look at? This way we can get as much information as possible and rank accordingly. Also, straight up, who are the bloggers of 2025? Here we go. Now, obviously, King Cole got to be there. King Cole got to be there. Content Cartel's been going crazy with blogging. Content Cartel, King Cole, hey, Restore Order, Depth HNIC. Of course, The Ring. So I'm sorry, Unscripted Logic. Excuse me, Unscripted Logic. Pablo and Social been going crazy with it. What about A-Fan for blogging? What about Dangsta for blogging? See what I'm saying? Outside of that, because Rap Ref hasn't been that active, so salute to him. DNA 2 hasn't been really blogging about virtual. Okay. That's fine. Who are we missing? Who are we missing for blogging? Who are we missing for blogging? Who are the 2025 virtual battle rap bloggers out here? Who are they? We will list them in a poll. If not tonight, definitely tomorrow. We got to get this blogging on point. Battle rap leagues. Yes, VBL Cartel. TMR Podcast. The Ring. Anybody else? I mean, is the crowd, the spaces, is that in there? Anybody else? Has it only been 4 battle rap? Okay, Jiggy Battle League, Jiggy Battle League, 5. Has it really only been 5 virtual battle leagues doing something? Where's everybody else? Again, we're going to list them again. TMR Podcast has virtual. Too Loud to Die. Excuse me. Soon to meet you. Too Loud to Die, if not mistaken, has had 2 events. Okay, so Too Loud to Die. TMR Podcast. The Ring with Social Assassin, Paul Picasso, Rap Rep. VBL Cartel, of course. Jiggy Battle League. So that's 5. That's 5 we just named of the Battle League. Where there's Smoke This Fire is doing their 1 card, but it's the only event they had. So obviously they can get some consideration. Who else? Verbal Online Arena. That's 6, 7. Who else? And look, is the Spaces Battle League, is that a battle league? Is the crowd on the Spaces a battle league? Or is that just the name of the card? These are questions we're asking. We will be clipping this video up to get these things answered. Because we want to include as many diverse, different elements of virtual battle rap as possible. That's what we want to do. Y'all already know what we do over here. So far we've covered league questions, blogging questions. We already covered rookie questions. We covered, of course, the battle rappers themselves. We're not sure about the promoter category. Who are the virtual battle rap promoters? And there's only going to be 5. We'll just rank those 5. Who are the virtual battle rap promoters? Should we even we ask this question whenever we do a ranking, should we do a panelist category or just hold off? Should the panelist category not get included? And if they should get included, who are the panelists? Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. HB2N is back and he's been killing it. A-Fan killing it. Maze has been on some panels. Social Assassin's been crazy on panels, and so has Pablo. Road to a Millie been on some panels. Okay. Road to a Millie been blogging too. Let's not forget him. Okay. And yes, there's been some negative blogs about virtual, putting down virtual. So that's going to probably hold him back. But also, as a panelist, he's been there. TMR been blogging. Yes. No, I mean, sorry. The TMR has been on panels. Excuse me. Been on panels. Smoke, been on panels. Who are the panelists? P Black had a run. P Black had a run. You know what I'm saying? B Facts, of course, is B Facts. TG has been kind of inconsistent, but he's back. And man, when TG come back, yikes. King Cole was such a panelist. He even got a shot to be on a whole other podcast. Salute to that. Who are the panelists? Who are the panelists? Who are they? Who they be? So that's leagues, promoters, panelists, bloggers, rookies, battle rappers. Another question. Should we do comeback list or rankings for comeback lists, comeback battle rappers? Now, Miss DNT, talk about a comeback. Now, does that substitute most improved? It does not. Most improved is something totally different. Comeback would be someone who had a hiatus and it just came back and did crazy. Miss DNT will qualify for that. His last battle before getting a body on A-Fan. So again, so it's Miss DNT, so it's A-Fan. You know, he didn't battle for like 5 or 6 months before that. Came back. And think about this. This sets it up for like when a Clip Corleone and when a Loso comes back. Now, granted, Loso did come back. He didn't get body, but he got out of here to snip Drago. Okay. But he will qualify for a comeback battle. Possibly. Well, you have to list the criteria for that. Ain't no problem. Should we have the category? And if we did have the category, who are the comeback battlers? Who are the comeback battlers? Simple as that. For Cole and for Pyro, apologize for the crazy delay with your plaques. Your plaques are coming. It takes a while for the proper materials. Ask rappers about the materials. We don't play with the plaque. We're not just gonna give you something. Cole joked about, hey Rob, just give a certificate and mail it through Walmart. No, this is a 2024 award, and yes, it's taking half of 2025. Oh well, rather it be right than rushed. But it is coming. It is coming. Also for Pyro, it is coming. First drafts for the graphics on that flyer will be coming this week. We're not going to give excuses. We're just going to say they're coming this week. Simple as that. That's basically all the questions. We will be clipping this up for those that missed it. We want to know. These questions we want to know. And we'll be asking these questions all through the week. And yes, we will be doing the whole breakdown of the smokeout card. You know what? Just to do a preview right now. Let's go to the smokeout card. Let's see if we have it. If we don't have it, we can get it. All right, cool. All right, bet that up. Let's get to the smokeout card. Oh, and salute to Gulag Volume 5 dropping July 29th. We're gonna be tuned in for that. That's probably outside battle, so we have to wait for YouTube on that. Okay, so we gotta get the smokeout flyer. All right, so we don't have that yet. Hold on a minute. Yeah, we're gonna go there. All right. Okay, so here's where there's smoke, there's fire. Good. Let's go to the post. Let's see if the full flyer has been. Okay, it has not been. That's wow. Okay. So let's do this. Give us a minute. I'm going to try to find this flyer. And again, congratulations to Smoke, especially on an excellent Battle Rap League run, excellent Battle Rap League contributions and all that. Simple as that. Whatever he does next is going to be fantastic. Wish it very well. All prayers up for that. Do what you do, Smoke. Simple as that. All right. Ain't gonna hold you up though. The battle rap analysts would like that league to stay around because it just offered something different. Not different, but it offered a unique blend of a virtual battle rap. that's really going to be sorely lost here. Okay. Wow. So we can't even get to that. Hold on a minute. All right, cool. Oh, okay, cool. So, real quick, since we're here, somebody wanted to see this in Facebook, we'll show it to you. All right. Yatta. What happens when we do this? Okay, cool. Can we stop it there? All right, cool. We're going to share the screen just very quickly. All right, cool. So yeah, this is one of our tours we went on in Miami, Ohio. If you're not familiar with Miami, Ohio, now let's do it like this. It may be tough to see the screen. Hold on a minute. Oh, that's good. Okay. This is one of our groups that went on tour. This is Leaving Lifted. This is at a place called the Village Idiot. Salute to the Village Idiot. Very successful, very successful event Saturday, this past Saturday night. Salute to everyone down there. Salute to the staff. Really successful tour stop there for Leaving Lifted. Leaving Lifted is going crazy, man. Leaving Lifted is going crazy. We played their music on Message Music Sessions, and this is just straight up the beginning because there's so much more coming up. So this is it outside right here in Miami, Ohio. Miami, Ohio is a smaller city, not small. It's a city right out of right next to Toledo. If not mistaken, it is, I want to say 15 miles, maybe 20 miles south of Toledo. 20 miles south of Toledo. So to Leaving Lifted. So to Leaving Lifted. So to Boston Entertainment Group Detroit for helping to put that together. Salute to Sean on drums, Marty on bass, Josh on guitar, and the brother on keyboards. Simple as that. All right. And here's the inside of it right here. All right. So a lot of tour stops. Let's be sure. Good. Yeah, a lot of tour stops will have this here. You see, yeah, this is an actual professional band with equipment PA. All right. Not a game. Not a game. Major league stuff here. Okay, let's get that out. All right, there we go. See? PA, all that. Yep. This is even before started playing it. There's an audience already there. Place seats about 250, 300 people. See? All right, there you go. Yeah, and that's just before it starts. So there you go. Salute. All righty. Man, I wish you could find this flyer. Let's try. Okay, we're gonna try. Let's try here. Let's try that. Okay. What we got? Nothing. All righty. How about this? Let's go here. One thing, leagues, if you could, to all media outlets that cover your material, be sure to give a flyer. That's all. Once again, media leagues that cover what you cover, be sure to give a flyer. Simple as that. All righty. It would have been nice if it was dropped right here. Okay, so it's not there. The smack talk. Let's see here. Oh, by the way, be sure to subscribe to Content Cartel. Content Cartel is live right now. Salute to them. Yep. Oh, that's disgusting. All right. Post at the post. We're just trying to find the flyer for the smokeout card. That's all we're doing. Just trying to find that. This probably gonna take a while. And of course, for those that's interested, you're more than welcome. More than welcome to subscribe to the channel. Pass it, Share the channel, salute, all that good stuff. And you know what it is. Cool. Oh, so salute to this. Is this Throwaway Battle League? This should be Throwaway Battle League, right? Yeah. Throwaway Battle League. Oh wow. This is tomorrow. So yeah, this is gonna be it's gonna be Wednesday. Froku versus IMAX. One last jump. Hey Froku, let's go, man. Let's go, Froku. This happened right in the right moment. Salute to that. Throwaway Battle League is this gonna be June. Hold on. Let's not pass that up. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Cool. This is going to be Throwaway Battle League, One Last Judgment, Froku versus IMAX. Smoke Kings will be judging his last virtual battle. This will be right on the Snack King Cole channel. And of course, they don't have a slot yet for that. June 18th, which is Wednesday. Salute to that. Be sure to subscribe to King Cole's channel. All that good stuff. And you know what it is. Yeah, okay. So it looks like we're not going to get that. Well, how about this? Man, how did we not get this flyer? Well, that definitely hinges on what we could talk about, unfortunately. Alrighty. Let's see. Hold on. We're going to try one more thing. One more. Good. Let's see if we can find this bad boy. I'm going to get there soon. Surprised Greg don't have a... Maybe it's further down. Yeah, it's further down. Okay. So look, bottom line, just as a preview, more than likely on the smokeout card, I mean, you got Yo 2 Times versus AK Asia. That's one that sticks out. You got Liu Kang versus Trader. That's another one. Greg is versus Fate.io. Hey, Hoosier, what's going on? Salute to Hoosier. Everybody be sure to subscribe to Hoosier. Hoosier 765 in the building, so it's all good. It's all good. Hoosier, if you could, do you have access to the smoke out flyer? Yeah, if you do, just send us a code for that, so we can go ahead and just give a quick preview, because we're gonna be breaking that down this week. You know, we're gonna be breaking that down this week. So to Hoosier, man. And Hoosier, real quick, who you got game 5? OKC versus your Indiana Pacers. Again, now game 5 is at Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City favored by 9.5 points. Who you got? Okay, not a problem. So Hoosier, just put the word out that whoever got the flyer, just send it to Rock's IG or YouTube. Simple as that. But the point even bringing up Smoke's flyer, of course, because it's Smoke's last card, there's going to be about 4 bodies on that card, man. Now Luke Kane. Oh no doubt. We got you. Hoosier, we got you. Salute. Much respect. There's a Trado. You know what? Really, the question to ask is can the Luke Kane from the Reaper Rail battle show up to battle against Trado? To be clear, the Trado that battled Pablo. If those two types of Liu Kang and Trado for battles, you could actually have a battle of the night. Yeah. When Luke choked in his last battle and Liu Kang did, I never liked Liu Kang. You don't have to like Liu Kang. But if you look at that performance Liu Kang had against Reaper Rail, that was one of the best Liu Kangs we ever seen. And he won that battle. Yeah. There ain't no footage of it. Hey, it don't got nothing to do with that. He won that battle. He was actually a performer of the night on that card because of that battle. The point is, that battle may not be a body. But to be very, very clear, Yo 2 Times is going to body AK Asia. Respectfully, AK Asia has a bar here and there. You're going to have way more bars than that for Yo 2 Times, man. Respectfully, only in that type of battle, only Yo 2 Times could beat Yo 2 Times in that type of battle. Exactly. Right. The AK Asia just basically AK Asia on the positive end is a so-called reality. He's gonna tell you what it is. So he may miss a rhyme or two. That ain't gonna work against Yo 2 Times. Think about what happened between WFN Jackpot and OG Capri. All right. When WFN Jackpot just tried to just talk to OG Capri and say, whatever, I'm just gonna tell you about yourself. I'm not gonna rhyme. He got out of there. He lost. OG Capri got him out of there. That could happen even worse to AK Asia. Plus, AK Asia probably has been keeping an eye out for what's been going on here. And it's not that he doesn't take battle rap seriously, but just on the skill level, man, it's not enough. On a skill level, it's not enough for Yo 2 Times, especially not Yo 2 Times right now. Not right now. It's maybe if this was Yo 2 Times coming back and distracted. Oh, that's another thing. Hold on. On the Smokeout card, all this guy gotta do is rap. So the endurance issue may not even be an issue. That looks like a body, straight up. Greg the Great versus Fate.io. And this is not look, salute to Fate.io, reviewed the battles. Obviously, Social and Pablo reviewed the battle. Fate.io, you can rap. But respectfully, your rapping is not as good as you think it is, bruh. Actually, Fate.io, okay, for those that's been in hip-hop forever, y'all remember there's an era in hip-hop where you have guys whose names were better than their skills, right? Like a lot of these dudes would be from Brooklyn, right? They got the backpack on, they got the hat backwards, right? They got kind of a hippie/poet vibe, and they believe they got the best bars ever. And they'll have a crazy, awesome name. But then they rap and it's mid. Fate.io, respectfully, that's kind of you right now. You're kind of mid. Actually, you're pretty mid. Don't get it twisted. You got a line here or there. Hey, you're not trash. You're going against Greg the Great, man. You're going against Greg the Great, who honestly has had his bad performances has been better than your good performances recently. Especially, we're talking about virtual. All right? Your performance against ME. Okay. Cool. If you bring that to Greg the Great, you're going to get bodied. Now, Greg the Great, respectfully, if you have another go at or me at murder moot type bar, you lost. Don't ever, everybody, not just Greg, everybody in battle rap, 3 things not to do. Obviously, we already talked about don't do the we got so-and-so versus blah, blah, blah. Don't do that ever. It don't even matter if you do it virtually, outside, inside, toilet, toilet room, ironing board, whatever. Please don't do that, right? Guess what else you shouldn't do? Singing around. Guess what else you shouldn't do? You shouldn't come with mid bars and don't come with no go at or me at bars. Ever. Greg. And not just Greg, anybody. Now, granted, I mean, you can do what you want, but then don't say nothing when other analysts take a look at that and say, this is trash. That's why you lost. Don't say nothing. Crash out on your own. Crash out at yourself. Do a self-crash out. If you do a go at or me at bar, I'm the GOAT. I'm not the one to go at. Or well, what's the other one? Me, hey, some idiot, I think it was Mook, said a me at bar. He I think in the same battle, he said a me at and a go at bar. Are you supposed to be an end game? No. I don't take everything away from Mook, just saying that. But that is an example of why Mook is overrated. Yeah. So the point is saying that if Mook can't get away with that, none of you can. Especially on Smoke's last card. But ready for this? Greg can even have one of that and the rest of the performance be fired. He'll get Fate. Fate.io. You're going to have to do more. Well, it's my pen. It's my bars. They're not good enough. They're not good. You would have to, for you to only be a bar guy to just win a battle and someone's doing everything else well, you would have to be on a level of writing of a JC, of a super writer, of a QP. And you're not. Fate.io. No. Could you be? Yes. With a whole lot of development, yes. Are you at? No. So if you come with the same performance that you did against ME, against Greg the Great, you're going to get a body. Who's your mentions? I think Greg gonna smoke him. Yeah. I'm not seeing any other signs. I mean, and when we're talking about not just on the skill and technical level of bars and speaking and all that, we're talking even on Fate.io, you don't even project your bomb. And you're not trash either. You're not trash. You're mid. And honestly enough, in a battle like this, that might be even more dangerous, being mid than trash. So that's 3 bodies we got right there. What's the rest of the card? Well, we're gonna do our due diligence and go over that. But this Smokeout might be the card with this might be a historical thing with the card that has the most amount of bodies in virtual battle rap history. It might. There's about 3 or 4 bodies on that card. So that's just a preview. Hoosier. Oh no, Hoosier. No. Verb didn't smoke JC. That first round, Verb did nothing with JC. And the third round maybe. And that's JC got Verb out of here. We know what? Hoosier, we're gonna have to break that battle down. Because honestly, had JC all 3 rounds, but the third round, there may be was it the third or second? I think it was the third round. The third round's the one that can be debatable. Nah, Verb. Okay, Hoosier. Here's the question for you. Where are we at in battle rap? Is it about bars that just sound good and they're not at your opponent and there's credit for that? Or is it about, well, no matter how good the bars sound, if it's not against your opponent, you get a deduction for that? Where are we at? No. But Hoosier, this week, we got to be careful about reviewing that. That's right, copyright. Man. We had JC 213. Yeah. The problem with Verb is Verb does what Verb does. He didn't rap at JC. Over here, again, 2025, bars by themselves are not enough. Bars are not enough. We hold a battle rapper to the standard of not only having bars, yet bars are not eliminated, but you not only do you have to have these bars, you got to be attacking your opponent. Verb didn't do it. He didn't attack JC. And then when he got to JC, it was toward the middle of the round. Nah, man. No. Verb, honestly, he could be unbeatable if he just wouldn't be so arrogant and think that he's better than he is. He lost that humility, and not humility as far as like being nice to your opponent. The best Verb is where he didn't want to, okay, bottom line, the best Verb is where Verb didn't lose focus. Verb lost focus in that battle, man. He lost focus in a lot of these battles. You gotta stop that. Him and Daylight, man. I'm now going to tell you how I'm a wizard that breathes fire and my powers come from Dagon, the fish god, or whatever that is. And your opponent is right there. Nah, man. Nope. Now, look, that's this assessment. If there are those that say, well, look, now I don't care about being direct. Did it sound fire? Okay. All right. That's a different criteria. But based off the criteria on who attacked their opponent and defeated their opponent by attacking them, that's JC, man. That's JC. That's what we got at least. You know, we can discuss it. We can discuss it. But you know what's funny, Hoosier? With that type of criteria, it's like a landslide either way, right? Not a landslide either. I don't know. Because Verb's bars were they that much better than JC? Nah. But now we got JC 2-1-3-0. You know, I mean, honestly, we're closer to a 3-0 than a 2-1. You know, you're just being honest. Right. Nah, not round one. Hold on, let's put it up there. So wait, hold up. So Hoosier responds. I thought Verb was pretty direct. Okay, but hold on. Now, Hoosier mentions I think Verb got rounds 1 and 2. Definitely not round 1. That round 2, that could have been JC's best round. Yeah. Round 3, and we could talk about it, but then it seemed like round 3 they both kind of like ran out of gas. That's the thing about a 3-round battle. And again, doing this straight from memory now. But they both seem to run out of gas. The thing about a 3-round battle is it's also a battle of attrition, not nutrition, attrition. Who has the stamina to last? You know. That Verb round 1, he was all over the place, man. He wasn't direct round 1. He lost round 1, clear. JC was bombing on him round 1. And from round 2, JC came out the gate at Verb, focused on Verb. Right. Well, we got Greg the Great in the building. Hey, Greg, you're here just in a moment. If you want to, I'm about to drop the code, man. About to drop the code. More than welcome. Where'd it go? We're not gonna be on here for too long. You know, we're actually honestly just taking a studio break. What up? Salute to Greg, man. Salute to Greg. You know what it is. Oh, and yes, we are going to clip up that. We haven't forgotten. Someone asked, "Hey, man." Someone said, "Hey, I saw on the channel that Mr. ENT and Maze had a face off. You know, clip that up." No, we got you. We're also going to clip up some of the songs. Okay, so who's your ass, Greg? Who you got a Verb JC battle? Greg mentions that Hoosier hasn't watched it. Okay, cool. And actually, Hoosier, it may take a while to actually break the battle down because we got SMOK3 coming up this weekend. But we okay. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, coming on the panel right now, we got your 2025 verbal battle rap champ front runner, Greg the Great in the building. Greg, what up?
What's happening? What's happening? Chat. What's happening? Facebook, YouTube, Rock, Hoosier. I think I saw Jason M in here. What's going on, y'all?
It's all good. Hey, real quick, Greg, before we get started in the convo, do you have the flyer for Smoke Out? If so, just send it to the IG.
I sent it to you already. Remember last show?
Straight up?
Yeah.
Because we can discuss that real quick. If that's
Yes,
there. Oh, you know what? Man, slipping. See? Studio breaks, man.
No worries.
It's all good now. No, appreciate that. Yeah, it's right here. Well, yep. My man. Salute to Greg the Great. Okay, we're about to download this now. Actually, I wonder if we can do this. Why don't you play games? Watch you play games. Ain't gonna play no game? Okay, cool. What are we talking about? All right. Thanks for not playing no game. We can rediscuss it now.
Fire.
My man, Greg on that. All right. See, yeah, true that. Yeah. So who's got just for the Verb JC battle, real quick, while we get this flyer? Who's got Verb 1 and 2? Rock. Yeah, Rock definitely said hell nah. I got JC 1, 2. The third, maybe Verb possibly, but had JC kind of getting that one by a slight margin on that. But nah, not mad at it. If that battle, just as a preview, that battle's going to come down to what's the criteria of judging. If it's about attacking that opponent, JC bombed on his opponent. But if it's about straight up bars, depending on who like what, then that'll be that. And actually, Greg, while we look this up, so are we in a 2025 where someone can have indirect bars, but as long as they sound fire, they can win a battle?
No.
Or are we in a okay? Well, there it is.
I don't like that at all. Because if it was that easy, I would have been doing it. I wouldn't be sitting here waiting until inspiration hit. I would have just been thinking of some fire shit to say. You know what I'm saying? I may have some indirect shit that may seem like it's or I might have some fire shit that may seem indirect, but believe you me, it's all direct. Believe you me, it's all direct. It's all just aimed at one person, bro.
Yeah, see that's the criteria. Greg, the criteria you mentioned is the criteria that we use. Like, we use like, hey man, if you're not bombing, if you're not direct to your opponent, man, you get them points off. You get them points taken.
Right.
I mean, it's just crazy that there be any other criteria. Especially now, the only thing that will substitute that we got the flyer now. Again, Greg for the reminder. Greg did send this a while back, so here we go. We'll start with Robs versus Sigmash. That should be actually a pretty decently close battle. Sigmash is someone who takes battle rap seriously. Robs, obviously, he's been told the last 3 or 4 battles he's had, he's going to have to step up his personality, step up the delivery, get the energy up. He has bars. Let's go, Robs. Let's kick it into gear. Sigmash, he's just going to be sure to have his material tight, memorized, and just execute. Simple as that. Ready for this? Is this the first body? Gullah JB versus 1090 Yoda? That smells like a body for Gullah. Being straight with you.
I don't think it'd be a body, but it definitely won't be close.
So you got to clear for Gullah, not a body.
I don't know, man. Yoda, you gotta. I can't speak on it because I got. Pardon self. I got some issues need handled with Yoda. So without me being completely biased in that manner, and then obviously, Gullah and I have talked about it. So I really want to see who's going to come out victorious in this match.
Okay.
Who knows, man? One of y'all win, y'all might be able to face the champ. You feel me?
That either way okay, here's the thing. Here's the reason why we're so down on 1090 Yoda in this match. He chokes so often. Often, and then it takes a while for him to get the engine started too. Like when he's on point though,
he's on point.
Man, yeah, like he has a good gritty sound to what he's saying. He means it. The conviction's there. There's some bars there.
Yoda, you take too long to cook up, my boy.
Exactly. Please, cut the.
And then you die off towards the end. So you have a good middle. You know what I mean? You have a good body of your essay, but your intro and your outro suck, bro.
Straight up.
You lose steam, bro. I'm being honest. I'm keeping it tall. That's not
Right,
even me in the back. That's more of an analyst as a fan, bro. Like
right.
you the homie, so I'm gonna give it to you honest. You know what I'm saying? You need to come out strong, stay, you know what I mean, steady throughout, and then finish strong, bro. That's how it's got to be. That's why you think I do my man. I can't give y'all all the formula, man.
No. But it's exactly as you said. Like we see elements of where 1090 Yoda, like 1090 Yoda, if he really developed that style, that gritty, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm from the gut. I've been there, done that. I'm a warrior type thing, or I'm a street soldier type thing. Man, if he really developed that, that's kind of a unique voice don't really have around here. That'll be a
Right.
good battle voice, and not so much a battle character because that's probably who he is, but that'll be a good battle style for him to develop. The thing is, it has to be clean because he doesn't have
It
the
has
luxury
to.
of, he don't have the luxury of having super layered material or a rapid pace style. He's kind of like a bully type, so he's going to have to really harness that style. Gullah
He has
JB,
to.
the reason why Gullah JB is probably going to do very well on this card, him and SMOK3, and one thing about Gullah, he wants to be sure that for the moment, he don't want to be what he's not. He don't want to be what he's not. Because Gullah knows by now that this is a historic card. This is Smoke's last card. He's probably going to show out. We're not going to get no stumbling, bumbling Gullah, probably. Speaking of stumbling and bumbling, De Niro versus Jay Normus. Not that De Niro stumbles and bumbles. That's not the point of the segue. The point is De Niro even going to show up for this battle? And even if De Niro does show up for this battle, Jay Normus has enough to get him out of here. Because De Niro has a stigma of being boring. It would be nice if De Niro shocked everybody and just went off. But then again, De Niro would have to care. And honestly, this is gonna sound crazy. Not mad at somebody like De Niro for not caring about virtual battle rap like that, because virtual battle rap hasn't been that great to a lot of battle rappers. It hasn't. There's
But a lot of battle
okay,
rappers haven't been great to virtual battle rap either.
100%, 100%.
It's one hand wash the other.
So that would mean that we'll see in this battle, De Niro would have to show what does he want to do? Does he want to say, look, since you ain't been bad, since you ain't been since you've been bad to me, I'm just gonna go ahead and just take a nap? Or is he gonna say
De Niro needs to come out like he's trying to make a return, because if not, people are gonna be like, well, you can just stay where you're at, because we've got hitters out here who take this shit very seriously. You know what I'm
so?
saying?
Watch this, Greg. Now the question is going to be: is De Niro even trying to return here?
Right.
Because honestly, before this battle, and if De Niro was supposed to be booked a lot, and something would happen, he wouldn't show up. Something happened, he wouldn't show up.
So you might. Do you have it on good standing that there's a possibility, high possibility?
Okay. Not gonna reveal everything, but
Right.
we'll say this:
Man,
if the Niro doesn't show up,
alone.
if the Niro doesn't show up, it would not be a surprise at all. We'll say that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Who you just mentioned? No promo. They lazy and just don't care, or just don't give a f. And this is what happens with a vicious cycle. And of course, look, we're Greg. Before you pulled up to the panel, we already talked about this battle, Greg, you versus Fate. I mean, it's been said. This smells like a body for you, and not just saying that because you're on the panel. Fate is mid. Fate is mid. At the main thing Fate is supposed to be doing, he's mid. That's like saying this: if you're a bully rapper, right, and you're only average at that, and that's all you do, you're in trouble. So Fate is supposed to be a bar guy, right? Almost kind of a puncher. What he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be a bar guy. It seems, at least, he's supposed to be a bar guy, a puncher, and a schemer, right? They're mid. They're mid. They're mid.
Listen, and this is not just to toot my own horn, but if you're gonna if you get booked against me, you have to do something that I do better than how I do it. But I execute at a very high level. I'm well prepared. You don't catch many slips or stumbles or stutters. Uh, every now and again, I may slip on a word, but that's minimal. That's just whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your wordplay, word association, scheming, your bar, your haymakers, your room shakers, room breakers. They have to be. You have to do one your angles, scheme, like all of that shit. I do it all, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I
And,
do it all.
and see, in each battle, there are the things that may have been a weakness that Greg's done that's been improving. Whereas
Mhm.
Fate, okay, like before you pulled up, we did an analogy back in like we'll say early 2000s and back, like 2001 and back. People used to meet up in the park, have these, that's like the lyricist lounge era. So like
Mhm.
we'll call it 95 to 2001. We'll do that, 95 to 2000. And that's where individuals would, write their rhymes, memorize it, or they would just freestyle off the brain and just go ahead and see who had the best lyrics, right? So you catch these
Right.
dudes. You like, okay, we'll speak Detroit. In Detroit, you'll catch a lot of guys because that's where the East Coast was really like going crazy lyrically. So you catch a lot of these dudes that would front like they're from Brooklyn for real. They're wearing Timbs and stuff with a backpack, and they come up with these great rap names. Then they rap and they're trash. And that's kind of where
Mhm.
Fate.io is. Like he has the attitude. The name Fate.io, not a bad name, pretty cool. The attitude, like, yeah, he does my
Mm-mm.
bars.
Mm-mm. I hate the name. I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead, please.
It's an original.
Ah, yeah. There's been a little Fate, a Fate.
Mm-mm. If we're talking about battle rap, there's already a fate in battle rap.
Oh, there sure is. Did he battle on URL?
He may have. He's also battled on, I think, RBE, if I'm not mistaken.
We have to research that, but yeah.
And he's fire. So, with that being said, when I've been telling people all the way leading up to this shit that I got
Mhm.
fate, they automatically are thinking of the guy that's already established in battle rap.
Ah, uh-huh.
So I have to further emphasize and say, no, fate.io. Who the fuck is that? Exactly.
Right,
Hmm.
right.
It's a
Yeah,
shame,
man.
bro. I'm gonna be
And
honest. It's really, I'm gonna say it's innovate and his beginning phases of his battle rap career. That's what
that
fate.io is.
I'm gonna take it like this.
Before Innovate figured out who he was and how to do this shit.
So that's yours. Ours is going to be he's like newborn when he was stumbling. Remember that?
Damn.
Yeah. We're newborn. And listen, salute to Pablo and Social going to still double down on it. Yeah, Chilla's cool. Chilla's pen was nowhere near newborn's pen. That's ridiculous. Being
Newborn,
honest.
if he would have got it together and didn't have like such a whatever image he portrayed, I don't want to say punk, but I feel like a lot of people punked him. You know what I'm saying? They picked on him because he was small, whatever, his stature, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And in battle rap, that's the angle, that's the game. You know what I mean? We're gonna pick on you.
Of
So
course.
if Newborn would have been able to tough throughout all of that and stick to the game plan, fuck what these niggas think I'm doing me,
Hmm.
I think he would have went far.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. The newborn got in his way. He got in his own way a lot.
Yeah,
And
he
of
did.
course, and that's kind of what Fate. Now, Fate is not choking or stumbling. The thing is that
Who?
Fate
Which
is.
fate?
I'm sorry, Fate.io. Excuse me, Fate.io.
Hold on, cause he stumbles a lot, my boy.
Not in that performance he had on the smoke card. He didn't stumble like that. Not on that one. Now, if you're talking about outside battles, or do we have a different discussion?
Oh yeah, no, I mean, he only got the one virtual versus Emmy.
Right. Yeah, he was.
That's what I'm saying.
He
That's what I'm saying.
he
But
was.
we gonna talk about it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't need to tell you.
No. You good. But either way it goes, we got Greg with a definite. Being honest, Greg got a body. Greg got a body in this. We got Greg.
That's my third 3-0 this year, man. I promise you.
You can see it. Rio Nkosi versus Stone, aka rapper Stone. Now, they're
Not happening.
What'd you say? What's up?
It's not happening.
Oh, that's been canceled?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny you mentioned that. Because it's kind of what seemed like was going to happen with that. Let's just move on. Yo 2 times, aka Asia. Yo 2 times, man. If you don't buy the AK Asia, dog, you got to take down half of your collection of your EPs, dog. You got to take them down. No, here you go. Yo 2 times. If you don't battle AK Asia, you got to do all clean versions of your material for the next 6 months. That's how much you should buy the AK Asia. That should be a body. AK Asia doesn't do enough to mess with you, Yo 2 times. Just being honest. Pause. Because this is that place. AK Asia doesn't have enough skill set to match with you. He doesn't. Yeah, he has conviction, he has delivery, but honestly, he's like a battle rapper with a whole persona that don't hardly say too much. And then when he tries to say a bar, no.
Hey, Hoosier, real quick, Rock.
Okay.
Hoosier, doesn't that seem to be the going theme against me? They all get they get in their feelings. If you go back and rewatch that shit, he mentioned me. He thought I was gonna mention him being white. And he mentioned that twice in his round. My IQ is on a different level, bro. That's low-hanging fruit. Just like with the Danny battle, I'm not gonna bring up Vicky or the kids or Vicky's drug habit or the 12K or none of that shit, bro.
Hey, Greg,
that's too easy.
Just keep it $1. And we probably both come from an era to where when you see somebody do something, you don't follow suit because that don't mean your skills ain't nothing. That mean your talent ain't there if you follow suit. Like, don't get it twisted. There's a place to do the obvious thing. Like, you talk about what's there, but we're talking about conceptually, man. Like, Danny Myers has been battling since the creation of this planet. This guy's done a lot. and for so little, and for so much repetition to consistently have been said to this guy.
Bro,
this is ridiculous. Same old stuff.
Did I tell you about my concept for one of my rounds?
Nah.
Bro. The most relevant parallel is the one in which he's living right as we speak. You familiar with the story of Daniel in the Bible?
So you got the lions den. You got the lions den.
And who is he chasing? And who is Daniel Myers chasing? Or Danny, excuse me. So I found out through research, his name isn't Daniel. It's literally Danny on his birth certificate. But that's a whole other thing. So who is Danny Myers chasing in battle rap?
Well, Lux, yeah.
And what league did Lux have?
Nice.
It's right. It's been right there the entire time. Over 100+ battles, and not once has that been used, bro.
Well, here's something. I mean, okay.
So here's another.
No, that's fire. That's fire. Here's something else, and not to give away too many things that hasn't been talked about, Danny. Remember when DNA was battling like every weekend and every day and for no reason and was just battling to be battling and just battling? And he had a big stigma. Danny Myers never got that.
No, he did.
It wasn't enough. He would get that maybe.
He did on my end. I will say that. When he was like when he was this close to getting Lux's attention and he went on that losing streak.
Yeah, it started with Real Sick. Yeah.
With Real Sick and who I forget who else. Forgive me. But I know that Real Sick one was like a nail in the coffin, bro.
Yeah.
And that's where I started to say, like, damn, Danny, like damn, Daniel, you almost had him, but you got to be quicker than that. You know what I mean? Like, you were almost there. And the conversation, people were talking about it. People were almost amping it, hyping it, backing it. And then you found that losing streak and fucked it all up. So that's what I'm saying. I also feel like Danny gets in his own way too much too. But we're going to talk about that. And still related to the story of Daniel.
It is.
Because he was supposed to remain, he threw himself in the line with him. And chose to remain faithful and like, you know what I mean? And decided that, okay, I have to remain faithful to me and remain faithful to my faith in God. So, Danny, if you don't remain faithful to yourself and you're constantly getting in your own way, what you're chasing shall not be achieved or attained. Man, we're gonna talk about it, bro.
Hey, look. Since you're doing that, right? Here's another thing about the story of Daniel. Don't forget that Daniel refused to bow down to King Nebuchadnezzar's statue, right? But Danny Myers didn't have a problem bowing down to something.
We don't have this conversation.
Yeah. We'll do that offline. But you know, and it's not just about Danny for folks. There's so many these battlers that's been around forever. They have had a whole lot of things that could have been said to them that have not been said. The reason why it seems like everything, and the reason why it seems like everything's been said to them is because most that battle them, they keep saying the same thing. So it seems like, well, you know, everything's been said. Oh no, not everything's been said. It's just that their competition keeps repeating the same old trash.
Yeah, but you know what? I think with that, people.
Bro, what up?
What up, Mayor? Salute. You know what I mean? The mayor of M to the B, you know what I mean? Salute. You know what I mean?
Salute.
R.I.P. Dr. Jeer, man. Like, real shit, bro. But
absolutely.
I think what it is, Rock, I think what it is for that, why they keep doing the repetition, is because niggas they're so blinded by, I want to be known as the best one who attacked it the best so we could put this thing to rest. Right. But they don't ever achieve that. You got to approach it with a different mindset. Yeah, I mean, like the whole Papoose, Easy, and Remy situation. We know it's gonna be brought up. You know what I'm saying? But man, you couldn't pay me to bring up the Remy Papoose situation if I battle Easy, man. Come on, bro. There's so much other shit I could talk about, bro. Like
Easy the Black Captain, Tay-Rock, Surf, and Hitman Holla. Those four have some of the easiest material to rap against them ever. And now, of course, obviously, you know, we know things about Easy and the NDAs and all that stuff. To where, well, you can't say this, but battle me anyway. That's trash. And for Hitman Holla, not sure it's the same thing, but a lot of individuals, you know, when it comes to star power of some of these individuals, you got a lot of these individuals that face them and just happy to be there, and they don't really attack their opponent. Well, I just want to put it's a look for me, right? That's what I say. Well, are we gonna put on the show for the people? It's a look for me, and I'm just gonna try to be sure that the people get whatever they get. Man, whatever, dog. If you don't battle this individual and battle them, and look, let chips fall where they may, but battle that guy, battle him, talk. And if you're not gonna do that, don't take the battle. Simple as that.
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I treat this battle rap shit like how I treat actual fights. I don't know if you got a blade on you.
Mhm.
I don't know if you got a strap on you. So if I see you, bro, and we scrap, it's either you or me, and I ain't ready to go yet. So I'm
Right.
either gonna try to knock you out, or you know what I'm saying. So that's how I treat the battle rap shit, bro. I'm not trying to lose. I'm not going up in there to lose. I want to win. And so I'm gonna take that's why I'm constantly rewriting my shit. I don't just go with what comes first thing to the mind and then write that down and stick with that.
Right.
Fate.io said when this first got booked, within that first week of it being booked, the nigga had all 3 rounds done. That's not good. That's not good, bro. You talking to somebody, bro? I ain't even. It's 6 days away, and I have not started my third yet. What are we talking about here? I take my time, bro. I let this shit come to me. I don't force right bars, bro. I craft my shit. There's a difference. That's why I'm able to attack the way I can. That's why the innovate shit was able to happen the way it did. Look how if you go back and listen to the bars that I was saying, eat from round to round, and listen to the IQ of it all. Niggas fully went in there thinking I was gonna address the drinking, the boofing, all of that extra shit that niggas have already touched. That's the start of it right there. Y'all think I'm gonna say this, but I'm gonna attack them in this way, and it worked. Got him all the way out of here. A game. He felt like I was gonna talk about his whiteness. No, nigga, get your gayness in order, or I'm a rainbows till you sus stain a disorder. You from Idaho, right? With what's at stake, you should have known a potato came with disorder. Come on,
Talk.
what?
Talk.
Come on, bro.
I
Come
mean,
on, bro.
what are we doing here?
Motherfuckers didn't even know he was from Idaho, bro. Niggas kept asking
Right.
me if he was the king of Alaska, bro. And salute to that, but no, he's from Idaho, bro. And yes, he is, of that community. But that don't got nothing to do with nothing. The fact of the matter is that my IQ is on a different level. You're gonna have to attack me in another way than this. Oh, Greg the, and just change the last thing. Oh, he's Greg the okay, or Greg the mediocre, or
Mm.
Greg the fake, or Greg the fraud. Like, bruh, that's the easiest shit to do. That's
And,
too
and and
easy.
and to add to it, it's been done. It's like,
Hmm.
look, you know what?
Like the Greg Gory bar. Come on,
That was
Greg
horrible.
Gory.
Never liked that,
Come
man.
on, man.
Never liked that. Never liked that. That's some lazy writing. That's some lazy writing. Oh, Hoosier says this, and again, salute to Terrell 76 Mayor. Uh, Hoosier says no BS. I think Greg will get a lot of these fools out of here on the main stage. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not like he ain't been outside before, you know. So he definitely has that skill potential. Not potential. He definitely has the skill to do it.
Listen,
And of course, Hoosier mentions Greg, you're dope, bro. There you go.
hey, I appreciate you, Hoosier. See, it's things like that solidifies it for me. I love affirmation. I'm gonna tell you why.
Mhm.
Because there was a point in time where I had given up on myself, bro,
Right.
with this battle rap shit. I didn't want to do it no more. Even as of recent, bro. With all the disrespect on my name still, like, bro, I've been doing this consecutive. This y'all act like it's only a select few of you that are new to this because I'm new to this side or new to this sector or whatever the fuck. You understand me? This ain't something that I just started doing, bro. I've been doing this shit in this manner and it's been getting better and better and better and better. Each and every time I step to the plate, I don't care if I battle tomorrow and then I battle the next day. I'm gonna make sure that some way, shape, form, or fashion, I'm gonna elevate between those two battles.
Right.
Any criticisms or critiques I hear, I take and I sit with and I differentiate between hate and someone who's being genuine. And then I go from there. And if it applies, I apply it, bro. That very next battle. It's been done. If you just go back and look, that's what I was telling this nigga in the face off. If you just go and look at the timeline of all of the shit that I've done in my career, there's a reason why I'm where I am. I may not have had like the most outstanding, rookie season of the year or whatever, but my time, I told niggas last year and at the beginning of this year, 2025 is mine, bro. And if y'all don't believe that, you just gonna have to sit back and see. I'm already 6-0, about to be 7-0 in less than a week's time.
Greg, if you get to 10-0 before individuals have 10 battles, dog, I mean, what are we doing? Because that's what could happen here. We asked the question about who would, we're thinking about bringing back the panelist category for the rock rankings, right? The question that was asked was, should that come back? Should we actually rank panelists, or should we say, nah, we'll just move on without the panelists? So that's one thing. Then another thing was, and Greg, this is a question for you. Who are the bloggers in virtual battle rap? In virtual battle rap, who are the bloggers? Like, who is like the top 10 or 12 bloggers out here that blog on virtual battle rap?
I'm gonna be honest. The only ones I know that actually blog on this shit, I don't know, because I know. Okay, so I'm gonna put it to you like this. Here's my very honest answer, and this is as un-PC as I'm gonna be, right? Yo will speak on it, but then it'll turn into something else. If he gets distracted in any way, shape, form, or fashion because of certain people he may let on his panel, then that's it. It's no longer a blog. Like if he would pre-record his blogs and just drop them, that would probably, consider him as a blogger. I would more consider him along those lines as a blogger. But because he doesn't, I can't. The only ones who actually speak on like blogger type stuff is Unscripted Logic.
Okay.
As far as virtual is concerned, now, I have seen Smoke Kings do it. But outside of that, like, if it isn't the circle, I don't really venture too far out because I don't know those individuals.
Right.
You understand me? So, or know of them individuals to even venture to them. But yeah, if I had to pick, it would be those two channels.
So it'll be Unscripted Logic and Smoke Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Salute. All right. Well, there you
Respectfully. Go. Oh. Pardon self. Of course, we got the 10 Rock himself.
Okay. All right. So
that's
Rock Files.
on me. Oh my God, my bad. That's crazy.
No, that's all good. So we got Rock Files.
Myself after that.
No, you good. We got Rock Files. But what about King Cole? King Cole blogs a lot on virtual battle rap.
King Cole on my shit list, but I'll give him that.
Okay. So we got Rock. We got Cole, Unscripted Logic, Smoke Kings, and Rock Files. You know what's funny that you mentioned those four? Because we did mention Content Cartel. We did mention we mentioned Adept, We thought about DNA2 for a minute, but DNA2 basically doesn't really blog on virtual at all, unless there's of course there's a crash out. It's like there's very few that really blogs on virtual battle right now. It's like it's went down. Oh, straight up. Hold up. Hoosier just mentioned this. Let's see. Hoosier says it starts out to be about battle rap, then bring people up that they know there's going to be some drama. Don't get me wrong, it's entertaining, but I like to hear more about the battles. Well, you got now. Crack Stream Crisis also does blog about virtual battle.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like I would have to off the top on the spot like that, I wouldn't have been able to think of those names. You know what I'm saying? But if I really thought about it and sat down and like did my due diligence and was like, oh well, yeah, Crisis, write the names down and submit them that way. But on the spot like that, bro, it's 10 o'clock. I was in the middle of eating. I wasn't thinking about. You know what I mean? I wasn't. It is 10 o'clock at night over here, and the sun's still shining, bro. Which is
hey, and look, the brother showed you the pictures, man.
The land of the midnight sun, bro. That's what they call it.
No doubt.
Literally. Hey, and speaking of, I want to give a special shout out. I know he probably ain't gonna see this, but special shout out to Head Ice, man. Cool individual, man. Cool brother. Been kicking it with him all weekend. Got to talking some battle rap stuff, man, and I got some shit in the works for y'all. As far as it pertains to me, man, we gonna talk, man. But what do y'all think about me potentially, hypothetically, versus Saga?
Ooh. Okay. Now, of course, we got the usual questions about how many rounds and like what.
Listen. If it involves me, I'm not doing no more one rounders.
Okay.
I'm not doing it. Whatever it takes to lock in that 3. If I got to come out of pocket again, I don't care. But I'm locking in 3 rounders, bro. We're not doing this. The only reason I even accepted the Yo-Yo 1 rounder is because that's what he wanted. So because he's the league owner and that's what he wanted, and I mean, I don't want to argue myself out of the battle because I want the battle to happen. But yeah, we talking 3 rounds. Me, the Great One versus Sensei Saga.
Saga is an interesting, very peculiar battle rapper, especially 3 rounds. Like, that would be a good matchup. Would like to see that on a league that's going to have that drop with the proper video coverage. That's got to drop proper, man. That's got to drop proper. Like it can't be where it's on YouTube, for example, and all of a sudden it sounds like some cookies are crumbling in the background. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be proper. And who's your salute to that? Absolutely. This the channel this the peace channel and this the pro channel. This the professional channel. We don't again, those that are in are in, but But now we strictly stick on the topic. Hey, ladies, who we got? Okay, he's back. Let's get him back. Should be back. Oh, okay, let's go here. There we go. All right, we got you.
Yep.
Yep. All good.
I can't hear you.
What about now? And Bunny, what's up? Salute. Be sure to subscribe to Bunny. Also be sure to subscribe to Hoosier. All that good stuff. All that good stuff. But now the topic we're having right now, speaking of topics, Uh, the topic we're having right now is about is about obviously not just virtual battle rap. Okay, we got you back. We should have you back.
Yo, 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 yo.
Cool, cool. We good?
Yeah, I walked too far away from the Wi-Fi.
All right, cool. All right, no, no, go ahead. Go ahead. You're the one that was speaking. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I was in 3 rounds. Great one versus Sensei Saga, man.
Right. Oh, so just to catch the audience, so we got new audience members here. So what we're discussing is hypothetical. What would it be like if Greg the Great, who's your current front runner for 2025 virtual battle rap champ, what would it be like if Greg the Great was to battle Saga? If you're not familiar with Saga, oh, here you go. We have a response already from Hoosier. To me, Saga's just okay. I think Greg would definitely win. Hey, Hoosier, would you consider Saga mid though? Is he mid or is he solid? As
I'm
far
gonna
as a
be
solid guy.
honest. I'm gonna
Go
give
ahead.
my very honest opinion.
Okay.
To me,
Mhm.
Saga is one of the best ones in Four Horsemen. He's
Mm.
sneaky though. He's got sneaky bars.
Yeah, he
You know what I'm
does.
saying? And that's like A Ward is cool, but Saga just has that level of, you know what I mean, veteranship, man. He's been doing this, you know what I'm saying? Like he's familiarized himself. I think he would take it the most serious.
Mhm.
Um, and that would be a good challenge for me. You know what I'm saying? A Ward, obviously, I would love to do, you know what I mean, 3 rounds, A Ward in the ring, blah, 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 but I don't think he would take it as serious. You know what I'm saying? He could rely on freestyle. He could rely on this, rely on that. With Saga, you don't really have those factors to worry about. He's gonna pin his shit and he's gonna come, you know what I mean, with bars. So that's why I would even entertain that idea. Plus, that was thrown at me by way of Head Ice. Like he was the one who
Mm.
was like, "Yo, that would be a fire match." You know what I'm saying, and I trust Head Ice's judgment. You know what I'm saying, because he himself has been, you know what I mean, since inception, damn near. You know what I mean? Some of your favorites, this nigga's helped raise. You feel me? Like, what are we talking about?
Right, right. And that's fire. And that's fire to even be able to have this conversation. Saga is a hit or miss rapper, but Saga has gotten a whole lot more individuals out of here than has defeated him. Saga only has struggled in like the big spotlight moments. He's very dangerous when it comes to small rooms, of course. You know,
Small room, pit style. That's how it'll be. So, you know what I mean? It'll probably be here. You know what I mean? So those all factor into it.
right? Yeah, it'll be a good battle to check out without a question. Excuse me. It'll be fire if that battle could be booked. That that battle just seems like a Gates of the Garden battle. Definitely.
Really?
Oh
Hmm.
yeah. Oh yeah. That's a Gates of the Garden battle. Oh, well, of course, Gates of the Garden with an objective audience. You know, occasionally they can get kind of gassy over there.
They can be. Yeah. They can be, that's for sure.
So, but yeah, okay. So just to answer the question directly, absolutely. Would ever like to see that battle? Would prefer it to be. I mean, y'all could do a home at home series, maybe one virtual, one outside. But if it's going to be strictly outside, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I wanna listen. I said this last year that this year I wanted to do more outside appearances, but obviously life gets in the way sometimes, and things happen. So I still am a man who, regardless of the circumstances, I'm going to give you, you know what I mean, whatever what it is you want. If y'all want more GTG battles, then I'm gonna give you that. You know what I mean, because you mean it helps me ready myself for the main stage. A lot of people don't realize, oh, they downplay virtual so much and so heavily, and it's like, bro, use this like I do. It's practice. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, do I hate the fact that sometimes I use some fire ass material for these, practice games. Unfortunately, so. But I mean, that's gonna do nothing but help me push my pen that much further when it comes time for me to get on the stage. I mean, so that's how I look at it. That's how I view it.
Okay, okay. Hoosier mentions that he thinks the Tink battle would be better. Look, and now we'll ask Greg this, but don't think that it's still not out of the realm of possibility that Greg could battle both of these individuals in 2025. It could happen.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, for sure. Like y'all already know what the circumstances are for Tink, man. Like I've been trying to get it together. To be honest, I haven't heard from him, and this is no slight to Tink in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But I just haven't heard from him. I haven't seen a flyer. I haven't seen anything. So, you know what I mean. I have to move accordingly. You know what I mean. And it kind of just is what it is. But for sure, you will be getting a Danny battle, um, sometime in August, and then we can go from there.
Bingo. No doubt.
So my apologies, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, if I could, if I was able to find, a few sponsors to get that shit going, I would have. I mean, but this is the circumstances right now. So
Not a problem. Not a problem. Hey, real quick before since we're looking at the smokeout card, just to finish it out. So we're at Trado as the main event versus Luke Kane. Hey, Luke
oh, I'm
Kane
going
is
to bed
obviously
on
going
that
to show
battle.
for. Say it again.
I said I'm going to bed on that battle.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. It does not interest me whatsoever. Salute to both individuals. I hope they both do well, but you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't interest me at all, respectfully speaking.
Even with the backstory, some history that they may have.
Nah.
Even with the Trado that battled against Pablo and the Luke Kane that battled against Reaper Rail last summer.
Eh.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
I, I,
so
I, I still feel like I would have got Luke Kane out of here. You know what I'm saying? And Trado hasn't even crossed my desk, and I don't think he ever will. And
wow.
salute to that man. But yeah, I still feel a certain way that they're main event.
Their main event because they both were probably a part of Smoke's roster, Team Electric. You know,
Mm.
there's that. You know,
I hate that my debut is on his way out. Like that's
right,
crazy as hell.
man. Look, I ain't gonna hold you up because if Smoke was still around, you versus a Spasmatic would go crazy. For example.
Yeah, but Spaz, he wants he. I think you were in that live that
Yeah,
night.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Come on, man.
I hear you. I
Now,
hear
now,
you, man.
now you playing. Now you playing games, bro.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I'm if I'm gonna be anything, I'm
That
gonna
price
be
is outrageous.
honest. You said what?
I was just saying the price that he was asking for is outrageous.
Yeah, it's outrageous, bro. You talking about? I have see a lot of people. They'll get up here and they'll talk their ish about about me because they're unfamiliar. You know what I'm saying? You can sit here and say, "Oh, he hasn't done anything," but bruh, I probably got more battles than you do.
Mm.
And even with the so-called accolades that you may have, why isn't your name ringing any bells out there? People know of you only because we're talking in this sector. I'm sure if we went elsewhere and mentioned your name, my name would be more familiarized than yours. Salute, BA.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we got BA in the building. Get your bars up. Me to be sure to subscribe to Get Your Bars Way Up. Your bars ain't up
All the
enough.
way up, man.
Salute, salute. Yeah, and BA, just to let you know, as you can see on the screen, we're discussing the smokeout card. Um, we went through the other battles. We are talking about the Trado versus Luke Kane. Greg mentioned he's not interested in the battle. You know, there's a consensus, BA and Greg, that Trado's just going to body Liu Kang, get him out of here quick. The takeover here is it depends on which Trado and Liu Kang shows up. Like Trado really showed a lot in that Pablo battle, man. He showed a lot. He was firing that battle. Like that day, Trado versus a whole lot of other rappers would have got him out of here. But Pablo was just Pablo. You know, Pablo does what he does. And wow. So if Pablo was not who he was in that performance, then Trado would have got that. You know, that's how good Trado was. Liu Kang against Reaper Rel, that was the best Liu Kang I ever seen. Not just I ever seen. That was a consistent, like that could have been the best Liu Kang any of us even ever seen. So if that Liu Kang shows up against that Trado, this could be a contender for Battle of the Night. And to be very honest, the only ones that even look, well, we're going to say the Battle of the Night, but that we'll just say contenders. Contenders for Battle of the Night could be the Trado versus Liu Kang, depending on which ones show up. What other Battle of the Night? Ready for this? The other Battle of the Night might be a Robs and Sick Mosh, because honestly, none of these other battles look close at all. None of them.
At all.
At all. Like, no. Even if Real Nicosia and Stone was on this, right? That don't even look close. It don't.
No, not at all.
Use the options on the left. You know, so yeah. Hey, Smoke, respectfully, and again, congratulations, Smoke. Where the smoke, there's fire. Maybe another card maybe another name for this card could have been Bodies, because that's what this card full of bodies, bro. This card is full of bodies. You know,
facts.
At least at the very minimum 3 bodies. And again, this is just a prediction. You know, and we're not going to talk about, okay, someone just said in Facebook, are you going to talk about Performing Tonight? No, we're not talking about Performing Tonight yet. We're going to wait. We'll probably wait till Wednesday night to talk about Performing Tonight, Battle of the Night, Body of the Night. Body of the Night's going to go crazy. Because when you have multiple bodies, now you got to choose which body of the night was the most crazy body. And honestly, contender for that, like body of the night, contender. We ain't saying which one yet. Contender. Yo 2 times. This just looks like a train wreck ready to happen to AK Asia. Because
it better be. Yo needs every win he can get up until he faces me.
Can't wait to see that battle.
I'm just being honest, bro. I can't be nothing but be honest, bro. And that's not even just in the battle rap form. Like that's my very honest opinion. I think he's gonna need all the backing he can get, because as he continues his path this year, a lot of y'all are needing to play catch up, bro.
You know what's funny? I'm glad right off of that point. Could it be that when August gets here, the 1, 2, 3, and 4 positions for 2025 could be set, and then there's going to be like a battle
right now.
5 and lower?
I think it's set right now.
Wow.
If I'm being perfectly honest, like you said, if I get to 10-0 before, most of these cats ain't even gonna be at 10 battles by the time I get to 10-0. They're gonna be at like 3, 4, maybe 5, maybe.
And you know what else, Greg? And then it'll take for them to have a strong, crazy strong schedule. Like, okay, so let's say someone says, look, I'm back outside. I'm going to be battling July. In July, whoever is coming back, you better take somebody that's a hitter. If you come back, and this not to be cruel, but if you come back and you take an A fan in your first battle, you may have done yourself more harm than good. You may have done yourself more harm than good. Respectfully. So if you're coming, so the point is, if you're starting, and that's just an example. If we're going to switch the name out from A fan, let's say someone's coming out and they say, look, I'm outside, I want to start battling. If you take a no need right now, that ain't gonna help you. That's if your goal is to say, well, I want to contend for 2025. I want at least one of these awards, whether it be from BBL Cartel, whether it be from Rock Files, whomever. You're gonna have to, whoever's coming out, you're gonna have to take a hitter, like a heavy hitter. You better call up Reek. You better call up Pablo. You better call up. Well, you better call up Greg. If the schedule ain't too tight, pause.
Don't call me up. Don't call me up because I'll fuck you up.
Okay, well there it is. Don't call up Greg. You also better call up maybe Yo 2 times. You know, that seems like a solid 4 so far. But we got ways to go. But those 4 seem to be really like wrecking some stuff. Now look, we're gonna put the call out. Like BA from Get Your Bars of Media's here. If anybody's hearing this broadcast, if you know of some rookies that we've missed, some battlers that we missed, some bloggers, some leagues that we missed, hit us up on IG. The IG is at Boss EG Detroit. Hit us up on YouTube right here at the Rock Files. Hit us up on Facebook. Because look, to be straightforward with you, the second we drop these rankings next week after this smokeout card, not going to hear nothing from nobody. Y'all trolls can punch and do whatever you're going to do. It ain't gonna mean nothing. This is your opportunity to contribute. If you don't want to help and you just want to not help, if you don't want to contribute and add any data or information, then your perspective is meaningless. Seriously, like that. It's just like that. You know, we can't do too much more than this. And no, maybe you got to get a what one guy said. Well, you got to get a Twitter account and go to Spaces. No, we don't. What Spaces got to do, respectfully, it's salute to Crisis again. Salute to Crisis. Crisis by being part of Spaces. He says, "Look, I'm going to show it on the YouTube channel." Now we get to see it. Spaces, reach out to look. Almost everybody on your roster or in your league, they have a YouTube channel. How come they're not putting it out there? How come it took Crisis to do this? Salute to Crisis on that. Why took Crisis do that? You should be broadcasting your league, not just on Spaces. You know, and we're giving the call. Look, right now we're on Facebook and on YouTube. We put this channel. Yeah, I'm right. We put this channel in these lives on Instagram also. Instagram was tripping. You know, we got multiple platform contacts. So if we can do that, y'all can do that. Simple as that. And respectfully, more people are going to be seeing you on YouTube than they do in Spaces, obviously. So don't be no Spaces battle rapper and talk about, nah, see, you over there and you favor that. We favor those that's going to do promotion. Simple as that. Do promotion, we get the word, we hear. Don't do promotion, we don't get the word, could care less about you. Who's your mentions? A-Fan made himself look even worse in his performance with his delusional poor sport attitude. If A-Fan could just battle like he promotes, man. Like if a lot of these guys, man, if they could just battle like they promote, they'd be way better. They'd be a way better battler. Excuse me, they'd be a way better battler. Oh, who's your mentions? The fact that A-Fan thought he won that battle is crazy. But was he just saying that, or did he really believe that? Because he most certainly did.
I think he really believes that, bro.
That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. Well, A-Fan obviously didn't. Got body. Yeah, completely body. Like
it was terrible.
Body. Yeah. Hey, speaking of social assassin, and I know when you spoke of social assassin, was A-Fan's opponent, whatever. Is it possible the same effect Social had by bodying A-Fan coming back from, and look, Social would qualify to be a comeback battle rapper. Like Mr. ENT is a comeback battle rapper. So we got a couple here, you know? Anyway, the question is, does Sick Mosh have a chance to have a social assassin effect to where we saw him? It was, he's learning, he's getting the ropes together. Then Sick Mosh just comes out with a crazy performance and gets Robs out of here. What if Sick Mosh bodies Robs?
Oof.
In a similar way, and look, it's not saying that we're predicting Robs to get bodied, but I'm just saying is hypothetically, if this happens, what does that do for Sick Mosh?
Yeah.
Because honestly, that would be great. Because now Sick Mosh can get some of the rollout that Social's getting. You know, maybe he can get some more looks. He can go up the echelon. Maybe Sick Mosh could battle, depending on what he does with Robs, maybe he could battle. From there, I guess he would battle Captain Tenno. No, but Robs is above Captain Tenno. What am I doing? Maybe Sick Mosh could battle I don't know. Rapper Stone would be real tough for him. Who? Well, for how about this? We'll wait for that. Let's see what Sigma does against Robs, and also for Robs. Wait for Robs. Robs has that potential, especially if all of a sudden he levels up and goes crazy. Robs could have a social assassin effect. Because the main thing, Robs actually has maybe more of a chance to have it than Sigma, because the main knock on Robs, because Robs is so laid back and his voice is so deep, and he kind of doesn't have any explosion to his personality of rapping. If Robs all of a sudden just started snapping and kept those bars, man, that would be a crazy performance. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we got Miss Vicious in the building. Miss Vicious, salute. Everybody, no doubt. Be sure to subscribe to Miss Vicious, man. Appreciate you for chiming in. And Miss Vicious, since you're here, is there any other virtual battle rap leagues that you're aware of? Is there any other virtual battlers, any virtual battle rookies or bloggers that you're aware of? If so, just let us know. That bingo. That's exactly what we're saying. Hoosier mentions Robs needs to work on his delivery. And that's what we're talking about. To where if all of a sudden Robs delivers like we've been waiting for him to deliver, man.
Could be a long night.
It could be. It could be. So both of these guys have a chance to have a social assassin type of rollout. It'd be good to see that from either one of them. It'd be good to see that. But honestly, the rest of these battles. Oh, for those that don't know, exclusively, Rio versus Rapper Stone is not happening. For those that don't know, Rio versus Rapper Stone is not happening. But the rest of the battles are on the card. And just notice that we don't have a exact moment, June 21st, when this battle's supposed to happen. So we'll let y'all know as soon as we know. Not a problem. Okay, cool. Cool. And Miss Vicious, not mad at you being focused at all. Salute to that, because you got heavy work coming down. You got heavy business coming down. You know what I'm saying? Salute to that. Okay, I think we got you. All right, cool. Solid. And look, salute to Miss Vicious. Miss Vicious outside, man. Simple as that. Miss Vicious outside, man. The good part isn't that Miss Vicious outside, is that Miss Vicious is still rapping and she's going where she wants to go in her career. If Miss Vicious was still in virtual, wherever she want to go. Let's say Miss Vicious was just doing music. That's great. So Miss Vicious still going. And one thing about Miss Vicious that's good, she's independently doing it.
Uh-huh.
So she gets to negotiate her business and all this stuff. Over here, anything that's independent, especially independent of the mainstream or independent of the usual course of business, we celebrate that. Salute to that. Yeah.
But I want to say, as it pertains to Miss Vicious, I want to tip my hat to you and say, as I've stated to you before, I'm very proud of you. I'm very happy for you. Because for those who don't know, there was a point in time where Miss Vicious was like, nah, I don't think I want to do outside battles and blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, she's on She Go Hard. She's on Chrome 23. Like, let's go. I battle. I mean, the list continues. So I just want to give your flowers while you're still here to smell them. Sincerely.
No doubt. Salute to that. And we definitely give flowers over here, and Miss Vicious definitely deserves them. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
And salute to there being a platform to allow this, man. Salute to there being a platform that, and again, this is not talking down other platforms that do what they do, but one platform should stand out to be, hey, this is the place where we can handle some business, get some promotion done, get some organic positivity done, and also just get some business done when it comes to virtual battle rap and just focus on the battles. Simple as that. Oh yeah, Greg, you get to turn your mic up a little bit, or you might be in the back.
Oh no, I wasn't speaking. I wasn't speaking in my normal voice. That's why.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
You hear me now, though, right? Better.
Yeah, it's a little faint, but it's not too bad.
I wonder what it is. Hold on, let me try something else.
All right, cool. Yep, and Miss Vicious said, salute to Greg the Great. Love you, bro. Salute to that. Okay, we got
yo.
There you go. Yeah,
it was the headphones.
Hoosier mentions this, that Rio is a reader. I can't mess with that. Yeah, that easel was nasty.
That easel was nasty work, and I still there's no way for us to know, man.
Yeah,
and it really didn't help his cause. Like
at all.
I'm still trying to figure out how that even played a part. Is it because his last name is the Picasso of it? But
Well,
like,
you know what's funny? It went with his obvious. You know, his rapping was borderline random against Pablo anyway, because you know he rapped about Pablo. He had some info, but it was his name flip and like, well, you know, you paint this picture and da 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 da. Like case in point, even with Pablo, exactly. Even with Pablo's a public figure on his platform. I mean, there's some things you could pick apart with Pablo. You know, like he puts it out there. Now, of course, Pablo, he's the type of guy that if you go for those attacks, he probably counter wrote for it. So here you go.
right.
So, but that's battle rap. That's fine.
And see, a lot of people is like, oh, you overshare and blah blah blah. No, I tell my shit because I know where I'm at. I know my demographic. I know the audience. I know all of that. This is chess. This is literally chess. So if you bite that, like I said with fate, I said something, and he was like, "Oh, you shouldn't have said that," and blah blah blah. No, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing because the moment you take that, I've already got something. Trust me, I've already got something lined up for you.
Well, a lot of battle rap is about being aware. You know, like they talk about defense. Usually, when defense is talked about, it's talked about when when your opponent's rapping. How what's the aesthetics of how you look, your nonverbal communication. Defense is also where you prepare for some of these attacks that's coming your way. That's also defense. You know, they may call it counter writing or preempting or whatever, but that's also defense. And Miss Vicious, no, much appreciated, but you already know what it is. Salute to you also. We'll see. Hoosier mentions. If he would have just showed what he was supposedly painting, we would have known. Not doing that, it was his corny. He was definitely reading. Not just that, but Jack Action messed up in his last battle, right? But at least what Jack was doing went with his rapping. The theme and it tied up to be something. Okay, Rio over here has his easel. And all it tied into was, well, you're Picasso. Like what? Like okay, if you're talking about that, Pablo is painting a false picture and he's really not what he shows an image. Fine, maybe the painting, or how about this? Don't have the dang on easel there. Get rid of the prop. Similar to like OG. You know what? OG Capri. Salute. You know we rock with OG Capri, but OG Capri.
That was the worst prop I've ever seen in my life.
That plant family
didn't go over well.
Oh no, into the Anyway, Hoosier mentions Rio's usually a good performer. The painting BS took his performance 100%, and also it seemed as if it took away from the bars too. Look, see, that's why a lot of this conversation started, and Greg and Rock agrees that we're not in the era to where, well, it sounds so good, but it's not direct on the opponent. Now, salute to HB2 Win. And by the way, be sure to tune in to unscripted. Wow. Uncompromised. Wow. It is 2:52 in the morning. That's crazy. Be sure to tune in to Uncompromised Radio with HB2 Win. HB2 Win is going to be talking. And HB2 Win was like, well, look, y'all criticizing Froku for not being direct, but no one's criticizing Innovate for indirect. And actually, HB2 Win, gonna correct you on that. That's cap. Over here, we definitely talked about he wasn't direct enough. Also talked about his energy. Over here, this is not the era to just have random night. Look, if Easy the Block Captain raps his usual indirect bars for most of his round, he gets dragged, right? Shouldn't we have just kind of a similar standard for others that rap indirect, or no? You know what I'm saying? Rap to your opponent. You're battling your opponent.
It should be the same standard across the board, regardless of whether it's here spaces or in person.
It won't be, man. And you know why it won't be? So let's do this. It should be absolutely, but it won't be, bruh, because individuals like some people and don't like others. It's picking and choosing, man.
I tell you what is universal across the board: moving the goalpost.
That's completely universal. Oh yeah. And look, let's even like fantasize this way. Some of it could be a touch bit. Okay, watch this. If you got someone unbelievable rapping gun bars versus someone that's believable rapping gun bars, then there might be some goalposts moving that way. Because the unbelievable person rapping gun bars is like, well, nah, man, that don't sound like you. And it could be the same text of what's rapped, but the believable person delivered it better. So some of that, fine. But when we talking about one individual can choke and spit on stage and vomit, and he's still on a gnome card versus somebody else that may have been better, but because he's not favored, is not getting on a gnome card. Yeah, we're talking about chess.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, ain't no question about it. Then that move of the goalpost is killing battle rap. Okay, so let's get off of that. The point is, when it comes to these drastic standards, let the drastic standard apply more objectively. But then again, as been said so often, this is an opinionated sport, and there's a lot. But it's not just an opinionated sport; it's an agenda-oriented sport. Most of these individuals using battle rap for an agenda anyway. Let's be honest, they are. It's sad.
It is, but
and all we can do, those that want it to be more pure, all we can do is move around it and get out of it what we can get out of it, man. Because it's nasty. It's going to be nasty, and that's like asking people not to manipulate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, wish you well on that.
oh my God, don't have me as a mod. I think I
What?
just deleted
Did
messages.
you? Miss Vicious,
No, I don't see anything deleted.
I think you're good. We think you're good. Excuse me. We think you're good. Yeah. Let's see. We're just gonna double check it, and if it is probably an accident, okay, you should be good.
Let's go.
Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. Yeah. All we gotta do is this. All right, cool. So we should be able to. Well, yeah. No. It's back. It's back. Oh yeah, the now back to you. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my God. Thank you, Miss Vicious, though.
Who's your mentions? I can't stand that. Then it's always not. Yeah. 100%. 100%. Inexcusable. Oh, okay. So this is Mrs. Vicious wishing today. Okay. Salute to you, Miss Vicious. Salute. No doubt, no doubt. See, now Miss Vicious, you see what happens with that iPhone trash? See? That iPhone ain't it, man.
I don't never had them issues.
That could be the reason why that might be messing up because of that iPhone, dog.
No, I told you it was my headphones.
Oh, the headphones. Okay, yeah, cool. All right, cool. iPhone is horrible.
He was trying to catch me up.
Yeah, boy. We were going for that one. I ain't gonna hold you up. We were going for that. Hey, I bet you. Watch this. After saying this comment, this person's either gonna pop up and say something.
Oh, yeah.
So here we go. I bet you Android Wiggins be on an iPhone. That's when his mic messes up. Then he switches back to an Android to get his mic right. Android, you got to stay on the Android, man.
Facts, man.
That's all. That's it.
Stay guardian of the galaxy, man.
No doubt. So then tomorrow morning, Rock gonna wake up. Android Wiggins diss on Chin Rock.
Facts. Yo.
Salute to Android
Wiggins. Yeah, it should be a decent car, but man, I'm a F fade up, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not even gonna be close, bro. Like, wait until y'all hear how I'm man, putting this all together. Still haven't even written my third round yet. He's gonna get probably either a real talk third round, or I'm gonna talk to this man's ever loving soul. And bruh, if you paid attention to the face off and that whole debacle,
Hmm.
it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I promise you. The worst thing you want to do to somebody is, uh, I initially had no motivation whatsoever, bro, and you gave me all the ammo that I needed
Right.
in that face off.
And look, fade out out. The great thing about predictions, you got the chance to prove us all wrong. Get it, get
Mm-hmm.
step up the pen a little bit, and definitely step up your delivery and performance and the other qualities of battle rap. And let's have a battle. That's it. Let's have a battle.
Let's just put it this way, man. For you to have the same rollout as Innovate and have seen that what happened, I don't think I think you should retract that statement, my boy. This whole not gonna get around. If you do, it's out of pity, blah 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 blah. All that, bruh. You see how that panned out last time? Let's
Yeah.
be clear. Uh, let's be clear, because not only, okay, I get it if I just had one potent round per three, but no. I proved myself in the OG Capri battle. That was 3 rounds. I proved myself in the Innovate battle. That was 3 rounds. And those 3 rounds would have whooped on a lot of you niggas.
Right.
You know what I mean? If the subject matter applied. And for me to even feel as though you're a Innovate Junior out here with the bibbity 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 and then the punch, you done wasted too much time, my brother.
Hmm.
You don't wait. Not with somebody like me. You don't do that. And that's not even me being arrogant, bruh, or cocky, or any way,
Well,
shape, form, or
well,
fashion.
well, let's be honest, Greg. You're not the type of battler to battle with filler. In other words, you can't spit filler at Greg the Great. It's not
No, it's not.
because
Yeah,
it's just not going to work. Bottom line,
it's not.
you know,
And that's not me saying it. That's him saying that. That's
right?
Ken saying that. That's Rock saying that. That's
And
not
to be
me
very
saying.
clear, this the same channel that has repeatedly got on Greg about that goat bar. That go at bars trash. You
Yeah,
know, So this is not. Look, we're gonna say what we've been saying since January. Why does Greg get to come up here and talk spicy? Why does Greg get to say this? How come it seemed like this? Well, Greg is 6-0, has bodies on his record, and is the front runner for 2025 Virtual Battle Rap Champ. And he's done that through battles. All this happened through battles. And I,
mm-hmm.
and also Greg is promoting and doing what he's supposed to do as a virtual battler. So now, if individuals want to get whatever they think favoritism is or whatever they think it is, do the same. That's all you got to do. Look, when every battle, when Clip Corleone was up on this channel, he got the same treatment when he did well. Also got the same treatment when he got by. Same stuff. It's been kept a buck on here. Period. You know, there's no favoritism here that has not been earned through battles. This is a battle rap channel. You want
Everything that
favoritism?
I've said I was gonna do on this channel.
Yep.
I've made every statement on this channel.
Yep.
And then that following day, that following streaming day after the event, now Rock didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you, Rock?
And look, it's been like that after each battle. So, and I mean, you know what? If we don't have to, but we might clip up. We might clip up a lot of the stuff just to kind of explain this more, because this has been a whole. So salute to someone that doesn't just talk it but walk it. Simple as that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Because and that's another reason why I feel like y'all should take more time crafting your material and not just writing stuff down and learn the difference, because when you craft it, or when you talk as heavily as I do, you have to craft. You
Mm-hmm.
can't just write shit. You can't just get up there and say anything. Now, because I'll look a plumb dumb fool if I get up there and spit half the bars that y'all be spitting at me. I don't want to hear no Greg Oden bars. I don't want to hear Judge Greg Mathis. I don't want to hear none of the Greg the blank fill in the blanks. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, let's be sure. Let's be sure if it's still here. Okay, it's not. But Hoosier had a real good comment about lazy writing. I want to get to that real quick. Where's that lazy writing comment, man? Because that really sums up what Greg is talking about. And if we can't get it, we'll just one more. There it is. Well, it wasn't lazy writing, but it was this. No promo. They lazy and just don't care. That goes with the writing. Look,
Mm-hmm.
man, your opponent, like, it's up to you as a competitor to say, look, what's been said to you, I want to be sure that this is a unique attack on you. That's up to you, man. Look, okay, case in point. Greg, before you pulled up, somebody asked us to show some pictures and some videos of our last tour we did in Maui, Ohio this past weekend, right? We did that. Look, ready for this? Even though it's a set list that a group will have, as far as a performing group, it's important for that group to perform that set list in unique ways for a unique audience. You don't just get there and just, rinse, wash, repeat. You don't do that. Otherwise, you don't get booked because there's a million other groups here that are hungry for that position. So it's up to that group to be sure, okay, this audience is this. What do we do for this audience? There's a lot of stuff watching the group on the stage. There's a lot of stuff they audible. They had a lot of audibles ready to go. That's what professionals do. Now, what does that have to do with battle rap? It's the same thing. If you know you're battling an opponent, especially if you're battling that opponent on his home league, such as a virtual battle, or let's say if you're battling a VBL rapper on a VBL league, and you know certain things are said to him, it's up to you to attack them differently. Simple as that. That's up to you. Miss Vicious just mentioned, and this is submission. Miss Vicious mentioned, I'm a fan of Greg's style. Likewise.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
That's see, I don't do this for me personally. Like I write with what I think is gonna hit, and I go from there. If it doesn't affect me the way, like, say, if someone else said it and I was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? If it
Mhm.
doesn't give me that feeling, I scrap it, bro, and write something else. When I first get a name, and this I will give away. When I first get a name, that's when I start writing. So for any of y'all who think I got these preconceived written rounds for you, no, that's not a fact. Because why would I sit here and waste time writing rounds for rounds that may never even get used? Case in point, Maze. But with that being said, um, when I first get a name, I'll write all the things that first come to my mind so it gets out of my mind and I force myself to then think further out of the box.
Mhm.
See, the one thing about me is you'll never know which way I'm gonna go. A lot of you have said, "Oh, the cadence, the slow pace, the blah 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 blah." Battle rap is an art form, bruh. How can I how can I best paint this picture so that it's universal across the board? Now, for some of those doubles and entendre, speaking on entendres, excuse me, Jesus. Speaking on entendres, like I write to where if it's a double or triple, some people may get the one side, some people may get the other, but you're gonna catch either one. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to go completely over your head. So that way, the ones that listen to it live will catch the one. And then when they run it back, it's like, oh shit. You know what I mean? And that's where that replay value comes into play. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do that at that pace, because when you're bippity 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 bippity, some of that shit goes under the radar, bro.
You know what? A lot of this is like a lot of this is like jazz, the genre of jazz, to where you got certain individuals that believe jazz is improv, but it's also space,
Yeah.
so that the moment and the phrase can be absorbed. So if somebody
Mm.
is playing, let's say someone's playing a saxophone and they're just running notes all over
Love the saxophone.
all these notes, right? And that's their whole solo, nothing's appreciated until they break it up and they do different tempo changes, dynamic changes. They do different volume swells. Look, maybe they just focus on one piece of that phrase, play around with it, pause if necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So now how does that apply to battle rap? It's simple.
Tonal inflections, emphasis on
Yes.
certain words. Come on, man. Like, you not talking, bro. I studied music theory, man. I went, and when I first started writing hip hop verses to record, I studied all of that. Song structure, song theory. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All of that, bro. Like, the same applies. Why you think you dub certain words on a backing track or whatever? You know what I'm saying?
Talk.
Like, it's all the same shit, bro.
It really is. And honestly, you kind of just you stumbled onto how we analyze on this channel. Like, most of it is like, well, battle rap is battle rap. But one thing a lot of battle rap analysts miss is that first and foremost, battle rap is entertainment, but it's also a quote unquote art form of music. It's an art
Right.
form of communication. And if the
Right.
communication is not effective, you lost the point. You know what? This actually goes right against, well, y'all got to train your ears. No, you got to train your performance. We're the audience. We don't know what you wrote down. If we have a problem, like with A Game, for example, A Game 365 in the last battle, it wasn't just the audio issues, dog. It was that you have a very high pitched voice, my brother. And when you would say a certain line, you didn't even have enough conviction to really say it and really sting that line. Like even Pyro, Super Pyro. Pyro occasionally he'll rap and he'll be so into it, he'll miss the rhythm of the line. But then, of course, he'll get it back. A Game didn't get it back his whole round. Didn't. So that's how we're coming from a very artistic, musical, technical aspect of battle rap. That's where we're coming from. Now, salute to those that's like, yeah, but what about the drama, the crash out, the trolling? Cool, y'all can do that, and some of that'll be done here as far as like appreciate some of it. But if you got one battler, and here's another thing: if you got one battler that's coming off monotone, just saying some random bars, and they don't believe what they're saying, for someone else that may be saying bars of a little less of a quality, but they have conviction and they're delivering it, and they're smoking this, and we can look. That's another thing, and we can digest it by hearing it. Like we don't have to struggle to hear it, not understand it, hear it. Like a lot of there's another thing that's not talked about with battle rappers. A lot of battle rappers, they have horrible speech, man. We ain't talking about accents either. Salute to the UK, salute to the Africans, salute to the French rappers out here, salute to the Polynesian rappers, Hawaii, Alaska. All that's cool. There's a difference between having an accent and then not being enunciating with your freaking words so we can understand what you're saying.
Is it audibly legible?
Bingo. If we're an audience and we're hearing, look, what's funny,
on, man.
We even want to hear it, Greg. Like we even want to hear the bar. We want to be a part of the moment, and then we gotta stretch and struggle to get to it. Nah, man, that's on you. That's on the performer at that point. Nah, we've done all we could do. We've done all we could do to hear your bar, and now we got to go through all this muck and mire. The muck and mire, by the way, the muck and mire that the rapper put out there. We didn't put it out there. You as not Greg, but that rapper that performed.
No, yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? But that rapper that performed that way is the one that is the one that is in the way of their own performance. It's you.
Now you have a better understanding as to why I'm in the position that I'm in, because I understand those things. I understand that this is a form of every spoken, like I've done public speaking, I've done music theory, I was in chorus, like I've done, you know what I mean, all of those things to help me, that will assist. Now, unbeknownst to me, that I would be doing so in battle rap, but you know what I mean? It's helped me along the way, even musically, being musically inclined, having an eclectic taste in music, just knowing where certain, that's why I can hear certain songs and pick up on what sample is being used, even if it's very subtle. You know what I mean? Like all of these things, and that's why I'm able to sit here and be able to give forth. I'm not gonna tell y'all, because you either have it or you don't, right?
Right.
Like it's not something that you could just pick up on. You know what I'm saying? My father introduced me to a lot of the Motown and the quiet storms at this time of night. You know what I mean? On the radio, and just, you know what I mean? The Hall and Notes, the Manhattan's Whispers, Commodores, Four Tops. I mean, I could the list goes on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I know that, what I say all of that to say, like I can pick up on certain things and apply it. Like, oh, I need to say this a certain way, and I need to. It has to be like a story. You know what I'm saying? Let me paint this picture for you, and that's why when I write my rounds, it the flow of it kind of interweaves one right into the other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, for the A game shit, uh uh what I say? I said something about, and see, if he knew what buttons to press, he would have been a touch smarter. Come on, man. What? If he knew
Mm-hmm.
what buttons to press, he would have been a touch smarter.
Right.
Couldn't make the cut to play game. We got enough starters. So cut enough starters, but also cut enough. And then I go into it's like they lined you up real good for this one. I got a clutch barber cut, line you up, clutch barber. Come on, bro. Like it goes one right into the other. If you really listen to what I'm saying and take the time to not just be like listening to like hate or respond. See, a lot of y'all don't listen to understand. You listen to respond
And
and
that's, you
battle
know
rap.
what's funny? You just said something incredible right there. And we're gonna be wrapping it up soon, but peep this out, man. One thing that is really interesting about battle rap in general is very few actually give a crap about battle rap. For most
Uh-huh.
individuals in battle rap, is just a means to justify an end. Like, think about this. Most of us come from the gutter. We come from the slums or whatever slum it be. All right. And most are like just looking for their way out. But when you're in survival mode in a lot of situations, there's a certain personality that just looks for any way out. So they're like, well, look, I'm in a hurry. I'm trying to get out this horrible situation. I'll battle rap. Fine, I'll battle rap. I should be able to easily get this, but then they get more into it and they find they're getting their butts kicked. They're finding they're not winning and all this stuff. And then they won't, because they're in survival mode, they won't take the accountability, responsibility to look from within to develop themselves. Honestly, we see a lot of this in music all day long. Individuals like, well, look, I can play a little bit, and I want to be sure to get on the biggest show and get paid a whole lot because I'm trying to get out of this. That's cool. You probably should go more in development because you're not ready for what you're asking for. You're not ready. Just being honest.
Facts.
And that's the same thing. But you see, those two are related to battle rap, to where individuals think is, because you know what? It's one thing to look at somebody that does it well, whatever it is, not just battle rap, not just music. It could be basketball, football, sports, acting, name it, whatever, speaking, whatever. Those that are elite, they'll have it look so easy to someone that's just trying to get over that
Hmm. Hmm.
the person just trying to get over
No,
gets mad at
you
other
talking
things.
that shit right now.
Just keeping it a dollar, man, because
Yes.
you got battle rappers that okay, you take a whoever somebody like that battle rapper been rapping forever. Okay, Social Assassin. Social Assassin has a breakout performance of 2025. Newsflash: Social Assassin didn't just start rapping yesterday, man.
Facts.
Pablo Picasso didn't just start rapping yesterday. They've been battling forever. They've been battling on leagues on YouTube. So they put in pain, work to get to that level. And even they would admit there's still stuff they want to improve on. You know,
Facts.
they
I
just haven't looked
myself.
like Greg the Great, like anybody that's at a certain level of their field or of their gift. There is going to be ways to where they've mastered certain things. And so now when they get out in front of a public audience, it looks so easy. Oh, now they're just having fun. And then, of course, somebody in that audience, a great majority think, well, shoot, I could do that. Let me just get up there. Okay, like there's a gifted guitarist we have that also we book nationally, right? A national guitarist, amazing, amazing. So he gets up there and he's having a conversation. He's playing all these beautiful sounds off this guitar, beautiful. We're talking about polyrhythms. We're talking about chordal progressions that are insane, and he's just going, you know, he's scatting with it, right? He's kind of jazzy like that, jazz and Latin guy, but. And of course, his fingers are just like flowing. His fingers don't even look like his hand has fingers on it, right? So the average person that's just looking to get over it, and they look at him playing like that, and they see the attention in front of a crowd of 1,000 people, they'll say, you know what? Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna get me a guitar and do that. Yeah, and it's gonna take you a lifelong journey to get to that level because that's what it took him. Lifelong
But
sacrifices.
these people have to. Well, you don't have to. I mean, you
Mhm.
do what you want, but come to the realization at least that some of these people who do this at such high levels have been doing this since young.
Mhm.
So if you're 20, 30, 35, trying to get into battle rap and find out to find out you're struggling and heavily criticized, blah blah blah. The reasoning being is because you've started late in the game. Okay?
Mhm.
Understand that I've been writing, period, since I was 12. I'm 37, bruh. I've put in a quarter century worth of writing, recording, perfecting, so forth and so on. This is now my third year in battle rap.
Right.
I've done at least 10 to 15 battles a year since inception. Okay? I've taken the little exhibition matches before I've gotten to any leagues whatsoever. Salute to Married to the Bars.
Mhm.
Salute to Bar You to Death. Salute to Exclusive Battle League. Salute to, Mike Check West. Salute to Ironclad Battle League out of Akron. Salute to all of these individuals who took a chance and booked me and put me on cards and helped me with the perfecting my shit. And that's why for all of y'all who say, oh, you taking it too serious. What? Why would I, for weeks on end, be writing, rehearsing, performing, executing, memorizing, doing all of these things and not take it seriously?
Mhm.
You know how much time, effort, and energy, and sometimes even resources goes into this shit? Do you
Right.
know my intentions on as to why I want to continue to do this shit? It's not just for my own mental health, it's for financial health as well.
See, and this is the difference between being a hobbyist or something and being a professional. What you just said.
Right.
Like
My kid has to eat, bruh.
mm,
And we live in a world and a cultural society now with the cost of living and everything going up. One job ain't gonna cut it. I am a one man army right now for my kid. It is just me. So, yeah, any means that I find something that I'm good at, that I can use, that it won't, take up too much. All I got to do is be on a phone of which I'm already paying a bill on, already utilizing for other things, other functionalities. I'm utilizing a phone and an hour at best
Right.
to make, whatever I make. Innovate. I left out of there with $700, whatever it was. I can't remember. $600 for what? 9 minutes of work. I mean, obviously you count all the prepping and all of that shit, but that shit, it doesn't feel like work. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like, oh, I gotta write these rounds. Oh, I don't want to go. You know what I mean? Because I actually want to do this. I really wanted to do music first and foremost, above all else. But then I got into battle rap and I was like, you know what? This is better. And I can still do my music. You know what I'm saying? But this is better. This allows me to, do shit more frequently. Because music, you got to set up time. You got to make sure the studio's right, blah, 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 blah. Like sometimes you just might not be in the field of artistic, you know what I mean? Like creativity. And it just might not come to you that night. But this, I could sit down, I could focus, I could spend those nights that I'm already up due to PTSD, depression, anxiety, whatever the fuck I'm dealing with that night. And I'm already up all hours of the night, as y'all have seen. I could go from this live, Yo-Yo's live, and then somebody else, it'll be like a little hiatus in between, and then Snack will go live. And then I'm into the morning. You know what I'm saying? So I take those days and those nights to fucking write. For all of y'all in the game, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of drawing this out a little bit.
You good?
For all of y'all in the game, your most creative hours are gonna be between the hours of 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. And if you don't believe me, Google it. This is fact. Your most creative moments are going to come within that time span. So if you're asleep, you're already behind. Because while you're sleeping, I'm awake. You think
Right.
Kobe made it to his stature by I'll just show up on game day. Hey, game. Oh, you want to talk about promo? This is a virtual battle. I only showed up to kill you. Yeah, and that's why the pot was only 75 fucking dollars.
Well, and this will be the last point of the night, but just gonna say this. It's weird when battlers and even battle leagues will book a battle or take a battle and then put down the battle they take or the battle they book. You took the battle, dog. Like, what type of
Yo, that
insanity is
shit
that,
was
man?
like a spit in the face, bruh. How
And
dare
if
you get up there on the platform that booked you for this battle, that you accepted, that you prepped for, only to write and to end your round with, this is just a virtual battle. I don't give a fuck about this, pretty much.
that's what he said.
What? What?
One
Do
thing
you know
virtual
where
battle,
you at?
one thing virtual battle rap leagues got to do, man. And this does not apply to just one virtual battle rap league because it's happened on a many of them.
Oh,
You'll book
it
these
happens
guys.
all the time, and I'm just like befuddled, bro. I'm
Like,
dumbfounded.
same. Please stop booking battlers that don't care about your platform, your league, or your roster. Because at a lot of these turns, even during face-offs and promotion or whatever, they're dissing your league to your face. And there you are as a league owner. Again, want to be very clear. This does not just apply to one battle rap league. It does not. It applies to many of them. In a lot of ways, it applies to the lot of them as a group. Don't fall into fan mode. Waste your money or your energy on someone that does not respect your platform, your roster, or even you. Please stop doing that. Because then what you have performances just like the one A Game 365, who definitely he ended the round with that, by the way. He ended the round by saying, Proud Mile, just off of that, even before he finished the last sentence. Proud Mile, dog. How do you think this league?
One more time, Rock. One more time.
Nah. This cat, man. And again,
I'm using that from now on.
That's 100% correct.
That's it's similar to AI saying practice.
Right.
Huh?
And look, ready for this? Okay, so just gonna let this in.
Go ahead. My bad.
No, you good. No, you good. We're just talking. We're just having a conversation. But I'm gonna tell you this, and this is public information. You can look up Boston Entertainment Group, Detroit, if you like. When we have somebody on our roster, or no, let's get past that. Let's say we want to do business with a venue in another state. Mm-hmm. We ask that venue certain things about our company to be sure to even know who they're booking. Now, when they should come with stuff like, oh, well, you know what? Yeah, we heard of you guys. This is what we think. If they're coming with disrespect, you know what we do? We go somewhere else to do business. They don't get no share of the pot from us because you're not respecting properly who we are, what we stand for, and what we're going to be bringing to your establishment to help you get paid that night. See, that's the thing that's being missed here. When we bring talent, and this goes for battle rap also, when you're bringing these battle rappers, whether they be outside, whether they be legends, top tier, low tier, toilet tier, volunteer, whatever, okay? When you bring this talent to this card, not only are they helping you get paid, wait for it, not only are they helping you get more notoriety as a league, wait for it, but you're also helping them continue their notoriety and continue them getting paid. You are. And if they don't see that they could either be the league or the performer. If they don't see that, then unplug the machine from them. Because you're not going to lose nothing by not having a special feature like that. Don't be such a fan that you're no longer a force, please. And we'll leave it at that. Wait, we got a comment from Ms. Vicious. I'm gonna pull up and smoke something.
Do it, please. Do it, please. We've already listened. Do you not realize there is a what do they call that? Overtaking or overthrowing in place right here, right now, betwixt myself, Social, and Pablo. The ploy is to infiltrate and destroy from within.
Evil laugh.
Yeah, man. So that was the plan all along, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna be frank. I don't care. I'm transparent. Like Hoosier said. The one thing it's like, man, all y'all. That's why y'all think I'm going after your goats, spazzes, abysmals, clips, losos. Closo want to retire. Okay, cool. Give me the next person who y'all consider top dog and watch me get rid of them, bro. It's time. I've said that. The dethroning is nigh. That's and there's nothing you could do about it. I've already started. Rapper Stone out of here. Reek Ruger out of here. Innovate out of here. A Game out of here. Fate out of here. You know what I'm saying? John out of here. Sino out of here. Yo out of here. Do y'all not see what's going on? Social. I'm sorry to tell you, Social. Out of here. Pablo, out of here. Bruh, what? And don't let them give me Rio in August in person. Out of here, bruh.
You know what? It'll be interesting because no, real quick. What's the reason why the Rio and the Stone battle didn't happen? Is there any information on that? If not, we'll talk.
As far as I know, is that Rio backed out. Wow. And I don't blame him because who the fuck wants to battle rapper A Stone after what I did to him?
Okay.
And he can sit here and he can cry about how, oh, we just letting anybody use the same old bars everybody else has said, blah, 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 blah. Bruh, I guarantee you, Stone, you know what they ain't complaining about? Getting paid. You the only one still yammering on about, oh, I'm doing this for virtual battle rap. Y'all can continue to work for as slaves for free and blah blah blah. I don't know who you're referring to, bruh, but we getting paid over here. See, in order, and I've said this to you before, and I'll say this to you again, in order for you to make that money you so seek, you gotta be good enough to get that money that you so seek. Hmm? Hmm?
Look,
If you
let us
battling me, why are you talking about married to the bars, Till Kale, D Money? Why are you talking about them niggas? Talk to me. Fuck is
direct.
you talking about, bruh? Talk
Yeah.
to me, bruh. 2025, it cannot be stressed enough. Bars are not
Not
enough.
enough. Not enough, man. Not
And
enough.
if y'all want to be able to get up here and talk your shit consistently and consecutively, as I have been since inception to this year, then you got to do what I've done. Sit here, promo your shit. I'm on everybody's channel. A-Dep, Yo-Yo, A-Fan, Snack King, Smoke Kings, Rob's when he goes live, Social when he goes live, Pablo when he goes live, Unscripted Logic when they go live together, Rock's channel.
Mhm.
Everywhere that are familiar with what the hell's going on in virtual battle rap, I'm there.
Salute.
If I'm not on a panel, I'm in the chat or I'm watching just to see. Cause that's how I'm able to tell you that little thing. Even I'll go live sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's why if you want to do what I do, you have to promo, bruh. You cannot just say you want to come back and then only show up for the battle. By then, niggas don't even, unless someone else is bringing your name up, you might get swept under the radar. You know why they keep bringing my name up? Is because everywhere they fucking turn, they see me. You can't get rid of me. And they're waiting for me to lose. That's
Mhm.
what it is. That's
Mhm.
really why they're tuning in. Will his streak remain strong? Or will he lose it? And to who? Because that matters too.
Oh yeah.
Can't believe he lost it to so and so. And then you think I ain't gonna face backlash for that? All the panels, all these panels I've been on, all the shit I've talked, all the da 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 da. You think I ain't gonna face no backlash at all? No, but you know what I'm gonna do? Well, wait till the next battle. I ain't
That's
gonna
an awesome
duck,
point.
tuck tail, and hide. Wait till the next battle.
Jason
Right,
Jason Emmons.
right, Jason.
Talk. And listen, it's funny that, again, this goes back to it would be nice if these battle rappers could battle like they talk. You know what? Better yet, we keep talking. If battle rappers could battle like they promo now. If battle rappers could talk like they crash out, or they talk like they could be on a panel. If they did that, we have some better talent. Being straight,
Mm.
because it's something that happens between all this crash out energy and all this personality. I mean, the guys are articulate, and we get all this energy and all this stuff. We get all this delivery. We even getting some little slick, clever bars in there. But then all of a sudden, when the battle happens, all that goes out the window, and they're trash. A lot of them. It's crazy.
Yo, yo, Jason M, bro, me and you gotta have a conversation outside of here, bro, because you funny motherfucker, man.
But yo,
But
Jason, hey Jason, real quick. That's why, and we're gonna keep repeating this idea. Now, I'm gonna say this in advance to be transparent. Would we do this type of card? Honestly, to do a card takes business, and respectfully, a lot of these individuals are not worth doing business with like that.
facts,
Just being honest. But
facts.
the card that we would like someone to do if they choose to do it. You don't have to do it. Again, since the talent is in crash outs, Since the talent isn't promo and talking and just talking, maybe the card should just be designed around that and just remove the rapping from it. This way we can have maybe some more interesting matchups. Seriously. Because Jason, what you just typed, good promo followed by a terrible losses battle. Just have a promo card in. Because the rapping and the performance ain't getting it done. Ain't getting it done. Honestly. I mean, look, respectfully, look at this card here. We basically have identified all but really one that doesn't look like a body. And there's 1, 2. Okay, we're gonna skip Rio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, yeah, 6. There's 6 matches on here, and we potentially got 5 bodies here. That is a starting lineup for NBA basketball team.
Yeah. Yeah, my boy. You hitting the nail on the head.
And to be clear, this is not a shot at where there's smoke, there's fire. It is not. It is not a shot at those that's organizing. It is not. It is a shot at those who probably will get bodied, and the reason they'll get bodied. We ain't really talked about it on this live. Well, honestly, Jason M., the only battle that might be close might be that match, the Robs versus Sick Mosh. Being honest with you. And by the way, Jason M., if you tune in late, Real Nkosi and the Stone is not happening. Real Nkosi and the Stone is not happening. But that's the only back. The rest of these don't look close at all. Now, as far as good performances, good names, yeah, we got a lot of good names on here. We got some good names on here. Yes, we do. But as far as battles that'll be a back and forth, a conversation, the only one that has that potential is Robs and Sick Mosh. Gullah JB looks like he's about to dog walk 1090 Yoda. Looks like. We're not predicting that yet. De Niro may not even show up. Greg the Great, Faye L, come on, man. I mean, Faye L is in trouble. Yo 2 times, a.k.a. Asia, come on, man. Yo 2 times probably going to walk over him. Trado Luke Kane. That one, depending on who shows up. The only one that looks close as far as a potential back and forth might be Robs and Sick Mosh. And that is saying a lot. But that's what we got. Now, again, we can be proved wrong. Tonight, Yoda could come out and start spazzing. That'd be great. What we got, Jason? Yeah, Jason, if that would be the possibility of upsets is intriguing. Definitely not the probability, though. There's not a lot of probability of upsets here. It's not. Respectfully, it's not. What we got, Jason M? No way. Completely disagree. Not at all. AKA, don't say nothing. Now, again, we're doing a preview, right? We're doing a preview predictions based off of this on paper. AKA, he don't be saying nothing. What does he say? He has a whole lot of attitude in a face-off. He ready for this. He says more in the face-off than he does in the battle. Well, when Yo 2 times was in one of the chats, I don't know if it was this channel or I think it was Dankster's channel. One thing Yo 2 times could have just said to AKA just to end that face-off. AKA just say a bar right now. Say a bar right now. A bar. Did he? He smoked D Money, but the D Money and AKA Asia battle, they weren't even battling against each other, were they? Now Lou, okay, but that Lou came. Even in those battles, did he say anything? respect the outcomes. Respect the outcome. All right, man. Again, we'll see. Anything can happen, but Yo 2 times is a little too much. And it's a one-round battle. Oh my gosh! Even if Yo 2 times goes first or second, may not matter. You know, hopefully AKA Asia got a bar or 5. Hopefully, man. And look, Jason M. When did AKA Asia last battle again? Exactly. Ring rust versus Yo 2 times? Sure? Nah. And it could be ring revenge. It could be ring revenge too, but we'll see. But look, everybody, appreciate everybody. It is 3:43 in the a.m. You know what it is over here. Look, everybody, be sure to look out for Greg the Great. He will be rapping. Oh, yes, and Wednesday we will be giving our full predictions and asking more questions about these rock rankings. You know, we're asking more questions about these rock rankings. But yes, we for the Smokeout card, we'll be giving full official predictions for this. It will be clipped up. You guys are more welcome. Yes, music message sessions. Music sessions will be in effect. Episodes. We're on 21 episodes, dog. 21 episodes of Message Music Sessions. Salute to that, man. Salute to that. And look, real quick for Message Music Sessions, please check the Rock Files post for instructions. If you want to submit music,
to get 3.
So be sure to go to the Rock Files. Be sure to go to the Rock Files post for more instructions about how to submit music to Message Music Sessions. And yes, clean music to the front. No shot against other platforms, but over here we want the clean music. But so salute to everybody. Greg, appreciate you, man.
Yo, you awake?
Okay.
You sleep? Yo.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Hey Siri, play All Music Shuffle.
Who's your likewise to you? Peace and blessings. All praise to the Almighty Yahuwah, man. No doubt. All right. Everybody have a good night. Great, appreciate you, man. All right, cool. All right. So look, very quick show note. We'll be back Wednesday. Don't be surprised if we go live Wednesday and Thursday. Obviously Thursday for the Smokeout card and also for more discussion. Message Music Sessions Wednesday. Y'all know what it is. May try to start that a little bit earlier, actually. And of course, protect your peace, man. Protect your peace. Protect your foundation. Protect your sanity. Look, not everything got to be a crash out or drama unless you want it to be. Stay safe. Stay strong. Stay sane. And as we usually do, right about now, rock on. Rock out!
Rock, where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock?
10 rock and roll, bro.
Rock Sports Sunday. Rock Sports Sunday. You are live and locked with Rock Sports Sunday. Break down and talk now with Rock Sports Sunday. Rock Sports Sunday. Rock Sports Sunday.